Welcome to Ultimate Autographs. If you were looking for the internet's most exciting and interactive live break room, then you have come to the right place. We are opening live break mystery boxes featuring the biggest names from across the sports world every single day. If you're new to breaking with us, we can help break it down and make it as easy to understand as possible. First, head over to the live break page and look for a series that suits your interests. Most of our series will have 8 spots, which represent the 8 NFL divisions, but other sports breaks or mixers may vary. If you purchase one spot, that means you have a 1 in 8 chance to win that item at an extremely discounted rate. Next, click Add to Cart to purchase your live break spot. Once you've completed your checkout, tune into the next available live breaks broadcast on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube at noon, 3, or 6 p.m. Central Time any day of the week. As you watch, you will see your name appear on the screen when your specific break begins. Your name will go into the randomizer and will be randomized a specific amount of times based on that evening's dice roll number. Once randomization is over, the list of names of people that bought into that live break will be matched up with a specific division. If the item that is pulled from the mystery box matches your division, congratulations, you just won an incredible piece of signed memorabilia. Want to guarantee yourself an item as opposed to testing your luck? Some of the series that you see on the live break page can be purchased under the mystery box tab of our website. Those boxes could either be shipped directly to your door or open live on the air before being sent to you. While you are there, make sure to sign up for our Signature Points Club. This exclusive club earns you points toward specific discounts, signed items, or exclusive events each and every time you buy at ultimateautographs.com. Your breaker for tonight's show.
Oh my God.
Likes long walks on the beach, candlelight dinners in his Patrick Mahomes jersey.
None are better than this one. The best quarterback in the world.
Oh, there
Patrick
he is.
Mahomes.
And staring at the messy posters over his bed, it's Common and Chev.
Hello and welcome to Ultimate Autographs. Common and Chef here with Alex Tellez. Ready for a busy noon show. Used to this being the first show of the day. Not anymore with these 9 a.m. shows. But hey, Alex, we have a theme. You mentioned it off air. We're going to call it 1 in 4 Wednesdays here lately, man. A brand new 1 in 4 series. We have not touched it yet. We just dropped it literally moments ago. There's a Tom Brady speed flex, a Peyton Manning speed flex. I know not as big of a name as those two guys, but Russell Wilson, probably the best looking helmet in the series. There's my boy Steph Curry's in this one again, I believe. We have, actually, no, not Steph Curry. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, though, is a new one available on the jerseys. So much good stuff. I cannot wait for that 1 in 4. Still got the Josh Allen on the diamond helmets, the Ben Roethlisberger in the vault. Do have some goodies in the practice squad as well. When you get a second, too, if you can double check that board. I know the Sam Darnold did get pulled in that practice squad, but a lot of jerseys, a lot of minis, a lot of good stuff, period. Cannot wait to get started. How are you doing on this Wednesday afternoon?
I mean, we got the 1 in 4. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing better. I know,
Yeah, no,
sad
appreciate
stuff,
it.
sad stuff as a dog owner myself. Can't imagine that.
Little Radar had to put him down yesterday, unfortunately. But, good guy, Mr. Ray Ray. Appreciate that, Alex. But, yeah, good distraction to be back at work. It's going to keep
100%.
things so much more fun for sure. So, let's get the show started. I know the dice roll was 7 the last show. Did not make that change, but I'll make it once we spin here. Looking for 2 virtual dice, 6 or higher on the dice roll. How about this? 2 and a 6, 8. My lucky number on the dice roll, 8. And then heading on over the Wheel of Names, which we also have to update this. With these early shows, there's like no break in between shows, man.
No.
So we did close up the college, and I can put the 1 in 4 in for the college here on our Chase wheel spin right here for you guys. Alrighty, we've got ourselves, looks like we're talking about practice in the break room. The practice squad is our Chase wheel spin.
All right.
Practice squad, which is always a good chase. We'll definitely knock one of those out. You can get authentic helmets for a fraction of the cost, like a Von Miller, for example, or a Brian Urlacher, defensive superstars. Practice squad. Nothing is full, right, Alex?
We actually have a vault single, I believe, and a jersey single.
Okay, well, never mind. Vault single first.
Yes.
Okay, vault single first. I see it right there, out of bounds vault. Lindsay Nahupi, Michael Convey in here. Do have the Ben Roethlisberger. You've been here for what, 2 years now, Alex?
Yeah, over 2 years.
Over 2 years. I've been here close to 4 years. We've only seen probably about a dozen Ben Roethlisbergers in my last 4 years. And probably before you started, I never saw Ben Roethlisberger.
No, not very much.
This is a pretty rare auto in the break room. I said this last night. I'm going to stand by it. Treat the Ben Roethlisberger like a speed flex because it's a quarterback. It's already worth more money. And given that it's not in the room as often, everyone always asks how many speed flexes are left. Given the rarity of the autograph and how often it comes in the room, I would treat that Big Ben like a speed flex in that vault series. Vault single number 1. Go ahead and drop me a box number. We have currently, and I don't think this is the hot take. Maybe you think it's a hot take, but Big Ben for me is a top 10 quarterback of all time.
I would agree.
And then we have, of course, Manning and Brady, top 2 or 3 quarterbacks of all time. So 3 of the top 10 quarterbacks that ever play the game in this break room right now. So drop me a number for that vault single, Lindsay or Michael. Lindsay or Michael. Who's got a number for our out of bounds vault? And the quad in that 1 and 4 is only 1 spot to go, looks like, Alex.
Beautiful thing.
They are attacking that quad box real quick while I wait on that vault number. I'll give you 30 seconds. Just a quick peek at that 1 and 4. Quick little peek. See, man, Tom Brady ripped speed flex. That thing is nuts. The Russell Wilson looks cool. The Peyton Manning. Yankee fans, we got Mariano Rivera and 7-time Cy Young winner Roger Clemens. Also a rare autograph in the room. Kareem's a rare auto in the room. So a lot of goodies in here in that can't miss 1 and 4. Just a quick peek at the Brady helmet. It's got the TB12 logo. This is a helmet probably worth, I would say, around $4,000. It's got all the Super Bowl championships in his Pats era at least. We have the Russell Wilson, the Seahawks, and the Broncos ripped speed flex. And then, of course, we have the Baker Mayfield awesome Browns flex and the Peyton Manning, which is that one of those half Colts and half Broncos,
yes, sir.
Alex?
Yes, sir.
So it looks fantastic. No vault numbers, though. I'll go to the wheel here. Vault is out of 30. So I'll pull up my 1 to 30 wheel for the vault. Good luck, Lindsay and Michael. How about number 8? My favorite number, which I think 7 is the closest, Alex. 7 coming up. Could number 7 be in box 7? Ben Roethlisberger. Lindsay was just a wee bit, just a tad bit late, Lindsay. Lindsay calling out the number after I spun the wheel. Once the wheel is up, guys, box numbers are final. Obviously, that could influence the whole break. Let's just say we switch to 28, the guy that would have had so-and-so spot. Maybe they have the Big Ben spot. So once the wheel is up, rules are rules. It is too late to call boxes. Did give them plenty of time on those box calls. But hey, Lindsay, maybe we see what's in the next break. You get right back in, and maybe we do 28 that time. All right, dice roll is 8. 8 clicks coming up here. Good luck, good luck, good luck. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, so Michael's got the NFC South and the AFC East. Lindsay, you've got the rest. Good luck, guys. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Big Ben is the big dog left in this series. But I don't know. I like Deshaun Jackson, secondary headliner, Alex.
Yeah.
And that is one I've got my eyes on as well. All right, full-size authentic on the way here. Ooh. Ooh. I mentioned Big Dog. Well, here he is.
Oh,
Ben
there it is.
Roethlisberger on the Steelers authentic. One of the best quarterbacks of all time. 2-time Super Bowl champion. This guy is pretty much in the top 10 in all the categories. Passing yards, passing touchdowns, Big Ben Roethlisberger. Awesome hit, Lindsay. That is fantastic.
I mean, what have the Steelers done without him lately? Not very much. I know they're still, a 500 team, but not the same success.
Well, they were winning Super Bowls with Big Ben.
Exactly.
That whole saying they're a quarterback away, well, they lost their quarterback, and they've been a quarterback away since. 5th all-time in passing yards, more than 64,000 yards. Lindsay, AFC North. Lindsay had 6 spots in that break. Paid, $500-something? Less than $600 for this spot. I would tell you this: the Ben Roethlisberger Authentic is worth more than $600 easy. Lindsey got hers money worth. Ben Roethlisberger on the Steeler Authentic helmet.
Beautiful thing.
Man, what a start. It's a quarterback kind of day. Brett Favre earlier, Big Ben now. And we still have Brady and Peyton Manning in that 1 and 4.
Gonna be fire.
We got the quarterbacks, guys. Arby's has the meats. We got the quarterbacks in the break room, Alex. Quarterbacks. How's everyone doing, by the way? Chat's a little quiet. Hopefully you guys rise up and come in here. Let's have some fun.
That's right.
Getting jealous of Rip pulling all the speed flexes earlier, Alex.
That's what he does.
They call him Speed Flex Rip. He pulled 3 straight speed flexes at one point.
I'm not surprised.
I was watching the show earlier today. So let's keep the speed flex fire going.
I mean, if your name is like getting called Rip, you
Yes.
gotta rip some good boxes.
You rip boxes.
Yeah.
Good dude, Rip and Mike, the 9 a.m. crew. All right, we got the jerseys next. Jerseys are coming up next. It's Lindsey again. We got Gary, Michael, and James. Good luck, guys. Jersey single number 1. Go ahead and drop me a box number for our jerseys here, folks.
We're still 1 to go on that 1 and 4 quad, guys. Close it up.
All right, let's go. That'll be 4 boxes coming out. Let's talk about best case. Imagine getting the football spot. You land a Manning, a Russell Wilson, a Brady, and a Baker Mayfield. All 4 of those being speed flexes.
Now we're talking.
You want to ballpark the Brady at about 4,000. Want to ballpark Manning and Russ at least close to 2,000. And a Baker Mayfield, let's lowball that one. It's about 1,500. Let's call it 1,000 for the sake of math, because math is hard, Alex. But you want to go 4, 2, 2, and 1. We're, again, rough estimates here, not exact orders, but looking at roughly $9,000 in value.
Yeah.
If you get all 4. $9,000 for $804. I don't know. That the math kind of adds up good, for sure.
Kenneth Stanton, you are in the current black and blue single. 5 spots to go, and then your break's gonna happen.
All right, Cap. That break is coming up. So jersey number, Lindsey, Gary, Michael, and James. Who's got a boxy in the jersey? And I'll go ahead and drop that 1 in 4 quad link in here as well. 1 in, if I could type here. Here's that link. 1 in 4 quad. 1 spot to go, guys. I like that we have different stuff here. And I was talking about the, obviously the Brady, the Mahomes, the Manning. Those are the ones that, or not Mahomes, rather. Brady and Manning, the ones that have your eye attention, right? But we got some different stuff in there. Like I've only seen Roger Clemens and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar a handful of times. Evgeny Malkin a handful of times. So Will Smith for the first time in the break room.
How about that?
Be careful, that Funko might slap you, Alex. It might happen.
Talk about alopecia.
Right, exactly. Left in the practice squad, we got Emmitt Smith football, Von Miller authentic, Max Crosby jersey, Steve Young slab, and Brian Urlacher authentic. Then we do have some good secondary headliners, Rodney Harrison, Anthony Richardson, and Keon Coleman. What we do not have right now is a box in the jersey break, which is out of 40. So I'm going to go to the wheel here, our 1 to 40 wheel for you guys in the jerseys. Spin that wheel. Looks like we have number 19 in the jerseys. 19. So I think we have 18 and 20, Alex. I'm going to go to the picker wheel between 18 and 20 here. All right. Spinning that wheel. We have number 18, looks like, which is foreshadowing to number 18, Peyton Manning, which you've seen how this goes on Wednesdays or pretty much any day that 1 in 4 is in the room. I think on Sunday they cleared it out in one show as well, Alex. So I think the Peyton Manning is coming out this show or worst case 3 p.m., but pretty sure that Steven and Dom are not getting anywhere near that Peyton Manning helmet. No. That one's for us, Alex. Let's be greedy, right? Let's be greedy here in the break room.
I think this is the best 8 I've ever written in my life.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I've never written any number that neatly. Handwriting is not my forte.
Robbie Lopez would be proud.
Right? Robbie takes his handwriting very seriously.
He does.
I don't want to tell him because it would break his heart. I think Dom has the best handwriting on staff. Because Robbie and Dom both write really neat, but Dom writes bigger, and I like to see it bigger.
I don't know if I ever get to see Dom's. I do get to see Robbie's every now and then.
Yeah, Robbie's is really good. Dom's is really good. New guy Mike has really good handwriting too.
How about that? Good job. Mike.
I do not have the handwriting.
I'm mid.
Mid?
I'm mid.
You're mid. I like that. I'm mid. 8 clicks for our spots. We got James Hamblin in the NFC North. NFC South is Michael Convey. James, NFC East. Gary Marvin in the NFC West. We got Lindsay Nahupi, AFC North. James Hamblin, AFC South. Lindsay's got the AFC East. And Gary Marvin, you've got the AFC West. 18 out of 40 coming up here in the victory formation jerseys. Alrighty, we got ourselves a former Super Bowl champion tight end for the Green Bay Packers and his boy Brett Favre here on the table. It is Mark Chmura on the Packer jersey. That is very, very nice. GSA certified. Congratulations, James, on your Mark Chmura, my man, Mr. Hamlin.
Big guy.
And then Alex did drop that in for you, Jonathan. What's left in the black and blue? Emmett Smith on a speed flex, by the way.
That was for the practice squad.
Oh, that's practice squad? Oh, practice squad is first. Emmett Smith, Von Miller, Crosby, Young, Urlacher, photo headliners. That black and blue, by the way, I think they did pull the TJ Watt as well. I think I saw earlier, Alex. But Barry Sanders, Marshall Faulk, Bo Jackson, Steve Smith Sr., Adrian Peterson, Terrell Davis, and, of course, NFL's all-time leading rusher, Emmett Smith, on a speed flex available. So get this Chmura jersey written up for James. Then we do have the can't miss quad, don't we?
What it's all about.
Who closed it, Alex?
I'll wait for you to see.
Is it Josh Andres?
No.
Sting?
No, it's Parker Jones.
Parker Jones. Peter Parker in the house. He's getting those webs out there to win these breaks. Peter Parker.
Got to do what you got to do.
Mark Chmura. All right, James. That 1-4 quad is coming up. It is Jared Menser, Heath Hobler, and Parker Jones here. Now, most of these have been can't miss recently, but, you know, it's in the title. It says can't miss 1-4.
Yeah.
What does that mean? It means the names are bigger. And I've noticed the price point's a little bit lower on this one.
That's what I was noticing,
which is kind of a steal for you guys.
Yeah.
In the 1-4. So can't miss 1-4 is coming up. Let me put this in the chat. Can't miss 1-4. If I could type here, quad number 1, go ahead and drop me 4 box numbers. First come, first serve between Jared, Heath, and Parker. Do you think Parker gets a lot of Peter Parker jokes, Alex?
You would think.
Okay.
You would think.
Do you think Parker gets more Peter Parker jokes, or do you think that Heath gets more Heath Bar jokes?
Ooh.
That's a tough one.
Probably more Peter Parker jokes.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, that works. I mean, Spider-Man is more popular than Heath Bars.
I would think so. I would hope so.
That's the one you don't want on Halloween. That or the pencils. Those are the worst case options.
Yeah.
Those are the worst.
I'm trying to think of like the worst Halloween candies now. I mean, candy corn's not that good either.
I'm neutral on
I feel like I'll have 1 or 2. I'm like, okay, it's not bad. And then I have a couple more. I'm like, I
don't know. I feel like there's no bad Halloween candy. They're just like least good. Lots of Spider-Man jokes, says Parker. There we go. Well, you're welcome, buddy. Call me Mr. Original here. You know, Parker, with great power comes great responsibility.
There you go.
You got in this break. Show me the power. Let's go ahead and give us 4 numbers here in the 1-4 quad.
I'm very sorry to hear about your uncle.
Yeah, right. Sad.
Always.
I know Alex took a couple of them off, Mike, but go ahead and take the ones that you're missing. Yeah, you're good. So I'll give you guys about 30 seconds here on those 4 numbers. 30 seconds on those 4 numbers. Otherwise, I'm pulling up the wheel. It is 1 out of 36. We just dropped this series about, 15, 20 minutes ago or so?
Yeah, not too long ago.
So it's a brand new set with all the headliners still available, guys. I prefer letting them call the numbers, Alex, but obviously we got to get the show on the road, right? Got to get the show on the road here in the break room. 31 people watching across all 3 platforms, by the way. What's up, Prez? We got the president in the house. I feel weird, the truth, just because it's weird, Alex. It's not the first show of the day for us here at noon. Feels weird. But very excited to have shows 9, 12, 3, and 6 every day. We do have 4 numbers. Looks like 3. We got 8, 15, and 24 from Parker. Thank you, sir. So 9 through 14, and then 16 to 23, and then it'll be 25 to 36.
All right.
Appreciated, Parker. Good luck, guys. Jared's got the 2 spots, 50% chance to win in each box we open. Heath and Parker each have a 25% chance to win. With 4 boxes coming up, all these guys have a decent chance to win something at least, right, in the quad box break. All right, so 8 clicks. We got Heath up top in the football spot looking for Brady. He's chasing Brady like everybody. Peyton Manning, also a guy that was chasing Brady for a while. Jared's got the basketball spot and the baseball spot. Then Parker Jones, the everything else spot. All right, guys, 4 boxes coming up. Let's start with 3. Is Danger Russ in here? Number 3 in box 3, Alex? That is possible. Uh-oh. Starting out with the bang. My immediate reaction by the size of the box was speed flex. But as my 5th grade teacher taught me, you don't assume because you make a blank out of you and me. And it's, it's sass without the S at the beginning.
Oh.
We got a trophy here.
Yes,
it's
sir.
a Fanatics NBA replica trophy.
I know who that is.
This is very, very cool. The most recent NBA championship. We have the best player on that team, one of the 10 best basketball players in the world right now. How about Jason Tatum right here? Check this one out. It's the 24 Finals Champs inscription. Jason Tatum. That is the basketball spot. Jared Menzer.
There you
this
go.
one's for you, buddy. Look at that one. Beautiful, beautiful trophy. Jason Tatum. Very, very cool. Is he the best 0 in sports, or is it Damian Lillard?
Now it's Jason Tatum.
Now it's Jason
Maybe
Tatum.
5 years ago it was Dame.
Okay.
Now it's Jason. He's a champion.
He's a champion. You know what Jared's got? It's that time, Jared. It's a headliner time on the beautiful Jason Tatum trophy. That is very, very nice.
Ooh.
He's a former Duke Blue Devil. The Dukies getting that 1 seed in the tournament.
Yeah, they got to be the
So-
favorites to win it all.
I have Auburn in my bracket, Alex.
It's a good one.
Auburn. And then I have Duke in the championship, though.
There you
I
go.
do have them playing each other. Nice hit, Jared. Jason Tatum. This one, I would say normally something this cool is a shoe-in for the table and the hit video at the end, but with all the flexes and all the stuff in here, I'll put it this way, Alex. This one's a maybe.
Oh.
It's going on the table for now, though. Going on the table for now, the replica NBA trophy. Very, very clean right there. Larry O'Brien trophy for Jared Menzer. 4 more boxes coming up. We got box 8 on the way next. Let's keep it going in this 1 in 4 series. It is absolute heat. Wait till Andrew Webb gets in here. Andrew Webb is Mr. 1 in 4. Josh Andres will get in here as well. Josh is hot today, by the way. Already got a Brett Favre speed flex in the earlier show. And this is how good the 1 in 4 is, because this name right here is not a photo headliner. He is a secondary headliner. We're talking about one of the 5 greatest hockey players of all time, top 5 all time in points. How about Mark Messier on the hockey jersey? Does a terrific job on the hockey broadcasts on TV as well. This is the Edmonton Oilers jersey. One of the best franchises in hockey history. We call them the Hockey Sweaters. They're very, very clean. Mark Messier right there. That is JSA certified. That is the everything else spot. And that is Peter Parker Jones with the Mark Messier jersey. Very, very nice. I love this because, my hope for this break, Alex, is we pull a football and a baseball next and we get all 4 major sports here in the break room, right? I mean, look, if you want to talk about hockey players all time, Mark Messier is 3rd all time in career points. Wayne Gretzky, Jaromir Jagr, that's it, Alex. He's ahead of Gordie Howe, one spot ahead of Gordie Howe. So if you're third all-time in points, you know you're doing something right. How do hockey sweaters compare in value to basketball or football jerseys, says the Prez? Great question. So the first answer, Prez, is really depends on, obviously, the player, the autograph. So take this with a grain of salt. Emphasis on the grain of salt. If we're talking about sheer custom jerseys, give or take similar-ish in value. If we talk about the licensed jerseys, though, obviously all licensed jerseys are worth quite a bit more. I will say this, though. You know, whenever we do a basketball series or a hockey series, we tend to put the names to be a little bit better because those football jerseys have more filler hits. So I'm guessing that price point might be a little bit higher, but I wouldn't estimate the value to be considerably different when it comes to hockey, basketball, and football jerseys. If we're comparing custom to custom and licensed to licensed, right? Because a lot of the 1-in-4 jerseys are actually typically licensed. So, for example, the Evgeny Malkin jersey is licensed. The Dirk Nowitzki jersey is licensed. The Kareem jersey is licensed. The Clemens jersey is licensed. Those are worth more money for sure. I put the Messier back in the box, and then we'll go ahead and run 2 more boxes here. Score one for Mr. Parker Jones. This one's a custom. So the licensed jerseys will have the NHL, MLB, and NBA logos on them. For example, if you look at this graphic, you'll see the Adidas for the Malkin, hence it's licensed. You'll see the MLB logo for Clemens. Now, I know some of the Mitchell Wood Ness jerseys don't always have those. I know the NBA ones, I believe, are a little different. Like, I think that Jokic is custom, but it does say it in the listing. The Kareem is licensed, and so is the Dirk.
I think they all are but the Jokic.
Yep, Jokic is the only one that's not licensed. That is correct, Alex. Of the photoed headliners, that is. All right, Parker spun the web and got himself a top 5 hockey player in the history of the game.
Not bad.
Now, you know Football Reference, Alex. There's something that Steven and I are really into on Football Reference. It's called the Career Weighted Average. Football Reference ranks the greatest football players of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And can you guess who the top 2 career weighted guys are historically right now? So accounts for longevity, for example.
I'm going to assume they're in the 1-4.
You are assuming correctly.
So Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is number 1 and Peyton Manning is number 2.
That would make sense.
According to Pro Football Reference, the 2 best players in the history of football. According to any logical person, I would say not far off that. You know, certainly Brady is the GOAT. And if not number 2, Peyton Manning is pretty darn close. I mean, obviously Mahomes is already almost caught him or will catch him. But, you know, that mark, obviously, Manning has more career yards, more career touchdowns. So he is considered the number 2 player all time, according to Football Reference. You're welcome, Prez. Good to have you in the break room, Mr. President. Did I miss the mini break I was in? Well, do you have an order number, Eric? We have not broken a mini this show, but I do know the guys earlier today did do a mini break.
They did do a mini, and it looks like you were in it, and you actually won both minis.
Oh.
You got a Jason Taylor and a Mark Clayton.
Sounds like the AFC East Dolphin hits for
There you
Eric.
go.
Attaboy, Eric.
It's a beautiful thing. You come in, you're like, hey, did my break happen? Yeah, you won both items.
That's pretty good. That happens all the time, by the way. Alex, one way to describe this guy: winner, multi-time World Series champion, the catcher for the Yankees, Jorge Posada autograph back. That is Jared Menzer, the baseball spot, and we are 1 away from my dream coming true, Alex. We got a basketball, a baseball, hockey, and just a football spot left. You're welcome there, Eric. Very, very welcome, sir. Jorge Posada was a terrific catcher, 5-time All-Star, 4-time World Series champion, 5 Silver Sluggers, 273 career average. Guy was an absolute beast. Nice hit right there. Jorge Posada in the baseball spot. And it's got the 5-time World Series champion inscription on the bat. So that is awesome.
I feel like you notice about a lot of good teams that win a lot. They got great catchers.
I mean,
gotta have a
they
great
control
catcher.
the pitching staff. Roger Clemens, by the way, in here was caught by Jorge Posada.
That's right.
So that is very, very cool right there. That is Jared Menser with the Posada bat.
I'm just thinking recently the Giants with Buster Posey, even the Royals when they won. Salvador Perez, good catcher.
Salvi, yeah. Wilson Contreras for the Cubs. I'm sorry, Alex.
That's right.
AJ Przinsky for the White Sox.
That's
That would
right.
be a better one
I think he's caught
for you.
He's caught about 4 no-hitters. AJ Przinsky.
And he caught all those complete games in a row in the AOCS in 05, I think the year was. Tatum LFG says, Jared, are you a Boston fan, Jared? Because believe it or not, Jason Tatum is only the second best Boston athlete in the series. There's a Tom Brady, Boston area athlete, New England,
There
right?
you go.
So that's pretty good. Ben Roethlisberger only the second best Pittsburgh athlete, arguably, with the Evgeny Malkin out there.
Oh.
Could debate it, of course, but Malkin is also terrific.
Sure, Bob would go with Malkin.
Of course, Bob would, right? A Boston and New York item, nice, says the Prez.
It only makes sense.
They're gonna fight each other after this, right?
They got to.
They're gonna fight each other after this.
I don't want to be disappointed.
Little Pedro versus Don Zimmer action, Alex. Wouldn't that be nice? Yes, sir. Wishing I got that football spot, says Jared. Well, Jared, so far the basketball and baseball spot have been pretty good to you, my man. Pretty good to you, sir. All right, the fourth and final box, 24 coming up. The Mamba box, Kobe. The Joe Creedy box, Alex. The Griffey box. The Kiefer Sutherland 24 box. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. You take this back, Jared. You take this back. You don't want the football spot. You want the basketball spot. The NBA's second all-time leading scorer, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the Laker jersey. This is absolutely sick, my man. He's got the most MVPs ever with 6, the second most points ever, one of the best players of all time. Some say the greatest center of all time, Kareem. When I talk about longevity, certainly that's the case. The Lakers Mitchell and Ness jersey, that is very clean. That is Jared Menser. He's got a Celtic and a Laker. We were talking about New York and Boston fighting earlier. How about the Lakers and Celtics? One of the all-time great rivalries in sports. Certainly the best basketball rivalry of all time. That boy, Jared. If you thought Jason Tatum was nice, I think Kareem is even nicer at
Yeah, you're coming away with 3 items out of this break. I think you nailed it. A Kareem license jersey. I mean, UConn is looking to become the first team to three-peat since that guy did it.
basketball counting NBA in college.
Oh, you just for college.
Oh, for college, UCLA.
Yeah.
You're talking about
UCLA. Yep.
UCLA days.
Yeah.
Celtics, Lakers, and Yankees, says Jared, right?
Yeah.
You're in the popular
Get the
sports
wagon
franchises.
started.
Get the bandwagon started. Wow, Jared says, Parker, I take it back, says Jared. I'm sorry, right?
I mean, they had to change the rules for people to stop dunking because of him.
Right?
During his time period.
And you know what he said? You change the rules, I'll do a hook shot.
Yeah.
And it's one of the most unguardable shots when you're a guy like the 7 feet tall, Alex, and you're going behind your head with the hook shot. Good luck blocking that one, right?
Yeah.
Good luck blocking. I always practice my hook shot in horse, and my efficiency is way, way worse than
okay.
Kareem's. Maybe that's a social media video, Nicolette.
There we go.
We all do our hook shots, the break team, and see who can make the most.
2 of the most unstoppable shots in basketball, his hook shot and the Dirk fade.
Yes, and Dirk is still out there. Good transition, Alex. Do have the Dirk license jersey still left in basketball.
I remember they did like a sports science, like when the Mavs had that crazy year and won the championship with Dirk's fade, where you could have Yao Ming with Derrick Rose's vert and it still couldn't block it.
That's crazy. Get the man a cowboy stats, says the president. Get the all bandwagon, all the popular Homer major franchises. And Jared's got an authentic CD. There you go, Jared. CD Lamb, I'm guessing. Trade offer Messier jersey for Kareem, says Parker. Shoot your shot. Just to clarify, the Messier jersey is a custom jersey, whereas the Kareem is a licensed Mitchell and Ness jersey. But I mean, we're talking about, arguably a top 5 basketball player of all time for arguably a top 5 hockey player of all time. You know Bob Boulay, Alex. You know him, right? Bob Boulay is very opinionated. He will not stand down by his opinions. He will fight people that don't say Kareem is the GOAT. That's his GOAT. He loves Kareem. Awesome hit there, Jared. Mr. Abdul-Jabbar. And you alluded to it earlier, Alex. You take the college career and the pro career. Obviously, you know, Jordan was very good in college, but not 3 championships, not the Kareem level.
Yeah.
And then you take LeBron didn't play college basketball. So you can make a case, maybe the best basketball career of all time across all levels for Kareem.
5 championships. 8 if you include college.
Yes.
He might have won 4 in college.
They won a lot in that.
They won a lot, and him and Bill Walton back to back.
Yeah, that was pretty good
But
centers, huh?
all of those, plus all the MVPs, most ever, right?
6.
6.
More than Jordan, more than LeBron. 6 MVPs for Kareem, the most in basketball history.
And when he retired, the all-time points leader.
Yes. So the guy did it for a long time. Didn't really shoot threes either. He probably has the most field goals in basketball history.
Yeah, probably.
That's probably accurate. 19 All-Star games. 6-time NBA champion, actually, Alex.
The most
And then-
iconic with the goggles.
Right, yes. And 3-time College Player of the Year as well, and 3-time NCAA champion.
Eric Dickerson might have looked cooler, but he's more iconic.
That's true. I agree. I agree with that. So awesome hit on the Kareem jersey. So what are we doing next? More 1 and 4, Alex? I mean, we didn't
I
pull
would
any of the
hope.
football stuff.
No, we did not.
So Brady still out there. Manning still out there. Russell Wilson, Baker Mayfield. Speaking of royalty, Jeff Gordon for NASCAR.
Yeah.
Mariano Rivera, the greatest closer. Floyd Mayweather Jr., the never lose a boxing match man. Roger Clemens, the most Cy Youngs ever with 7. Nikola Jokic, the best current basketball player in the world. So, man, so many goodies in here.
I'll tell you this. By the time Nikola Jokic retires, top 10 player of all time easily.
Yes, I think no brainer.
He might be pushing top 5. If he wins a couple more championships, let's say he gets to 3, top 5 player of all time. The numbers he's putting up, he might be the first person ever to be top 3 or points, rebounds, and assists.
Exactly right. And we might have a debate. I mean, right now it's Kareem, but by the time he's done, we could be debating Jokic versus Kareem versus Wilt versus Shaq for the greatest center of all time and for that top 5 position of all time. I think he's definitely top 10, barring like no crazy injuries. I don't even think he has to win 2 championships. He wins like 1 more championship and 1 more MVP, plays another 7 or 8 years. You know, the numbers will be there for Jokic. Absolute beast. But that's what's great about this series is we're talking about Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, arguably the 2 best quarterbacks of all time. We're talking about Mariano Rivera, without question, the best closer of all time. Roger Clemens, up there for best starting pitcher of all time, most Cy Youngs with 7. We have Johnny Bench, some would say the best catcher of all time. You know, it's Muhammad Ali, but, you know, pound for pound, you can argue Floyd is, he's never lost. He's in the GOAT discussion, certainly, Alex.
Yeah.
Dirk, you want to talk about scores? Dirk is top 6, I think, all time in points. The series is nuts. This series is absolutely nuts, guys. No doubt about that. How do you participate, Sean? Great question, Sean. I'll drop the live break page link for you, my man. This is where you buy your spots. I do a package for Brady and Jared. You want an awesome Tatum. You want an awesome Kareem and an awesome Jorge Posada. I will tell you this. You offer all 3 in a trade for Brady, and you would be coming up way short. Because this Brady custom speed flex, the Brady Speed Flex alone, Alex, about $3,000 in value, but you add a customized Speed Flex, a RIP Speed Flex, this thing is in the ballpark of $4,000. You might be able to sell it for a little bit less, or it could go for a little bit more. There's actually a Michael Jordan sticker on there.
Oh.
You see the Michael Jordan on the back of that
how
Brady?
about that? That's beautiful.
Speaking of goats, one goat to another, they were talking to Tom Brady earlier in his career. They were asking him, like, can you pass Joe Montana with 4 championships? He said, I'm going for Jordan. I want to get more than 6. Got more than 6 championships. He got 7, Tom Brady.
That's right.
So 6 of them with the Patriots. We got the TB12 on there. This bad boy, we're talking about a $4,000 helmet, give or take, Alex. That's a family vacation. That's an engagement ring. That's a weekend trip. There's so much you can do with that money.
Yeah.
Or you can put this in your mantle, your centerpiece, or you could trade it for 4, 5, 6 items in the breaks.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Jared, I'm going to assume, is going to keep playing. Maybe he gets the Manning, and then he's got about 5 items plus the Manning, and who knows?
Right?
You never know.
It had to be a pretty good package for Tom Brady. I'll
Yeah.
put it that way.
I mean, that Russell Wilson is sick, that Baker Mayfield's sick. You know, if you win one of the big helmets plus, you know, the items that he's already won, it's a solid offer.
Dangerous. I know there's, some Russell Wilson hate out there, Alex. No matter what you say about Russell Wilson at this stage in his career, he's a 9-time Pro Bowler. I think maybe even 10-time Pro Bowler now. He's had a Hall of Fame career, Super Bowl champion with Seattle, one of the most accurate quarterbacks of all time, one of the best passer ratings of all time. It will never change the Hall of Fame career for Russell Wilson. That is a Hall of Fame level speed flex for Russ right there. That is a clean lid.
I mean, what I'll say about Russ, similar career. I do think the guy in the table is better, but kind of a similar career to Big Ben.
Sure.
Well, one with a good defense early on. People were like, is he that good or is it the defense? Both have been great quarterbacks.
He's got a beautiful deep ball. I call
Yeah.
it the floating lollipop, and it works. Here's the Baker Mayfield. Speaking of a guy that's having quite a career, it's actually a Bucks and a Browns ripped Baker Mayfield.
Like that.
Speed flex.
There you go.
The Browns right now are sitting at home just upset. Because
how could you not be?
They could have had Baker Mayfield.
They had him.
They had him. They could have given him a long-term deal. They gave the deal to Jameis Winston more recently, but before that, of course, Deshaun Watson. We could probably agree the worst contract in NFL history, Alex.
Yeah, worst trade getting him and worst
Yes.
contract extending him by far. It's not even close.
With all the guaranteed money, especially.
It's all guaranteed.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, guys, let's get that 1 and 4. A lot of fire to be had in here. Black and blue SMC. What's left in the B&B? Well, we got ourselves the NFL's all-time leading rusher, Emmitt Smith, on a speed flex. The Cowboys, hate them or love them, this is the most popular franchise in the history of the National Football League, if not in all of American sports. I mean, Emmitt Smith is the best Cowboy of all time. You talk to Cowboy fans, they want an Emmitt Smith speed flex. This is great trade bait, in my opinion, Alex. We have only 16 black and blue boxes left. We have the Barry Sanders Rave. We do have the Marshall Faulk Flash Authentic, looks super clean. We have the Bo Jackson on the Raiders. There's a Steve Smith Sr. This is the first Steve Smith Sr. Carolina Panther lid I've ever seen in our break room, Alex. Which is kind of weird because I saw the Utah helmet in the college. I was like, where's the Panther one? And sure enough, there it is. This guy was a Bears killer. This guy was an absolute beast in the NFL. For a brief point, the best receiver in the league, him and Chad Johnson, in the 2005-ish era. Those guys were nasty.
Yeah, right behind Randy Moss. He was right there, those
right
guys
there.
for sure. I mean, he kind of carried a Panthers team.
With Jake Delhomme.
With Jake Delhomme.
He made Jake Delhomme look like Peyton Manning at times.
And he's a small guy, too. Played way bigger than he actually was. I think he's 6 feet tall.
Right. We do have the Adrian Peterson as well. Guy that literally ran guys over on that Oklahoma Authentic. Terrell Davis with the Super Bowl MVP. Terrell Davis changed multiple lives with those Super Bowl titles, but 2 careers in particular. His own and John Elway's, because that was the knock on John Elway. He couldn't win a Super Bowl. Well, he gets a superstar running back. How about back-to-back to close his career? And then we have Emmitt Smith again, NFL's all-time leading rusher. There's a Jared Verse as a secondary headliner. There's a Charger triple sign. My boy, Kellen Winslow Sr., Charlie Joyner, Dan Fouts. That is 16 boxes left in the black and blue. 9 total headliners. Better than a 50% chance that a headliner, guys, in the B&B, the black and blue. So, and that one is, let's see here, 6 to go. Nope, 8 to go in the double.
3 to go in the single.
3 to go in the single. So that one is coming up. Single and ready to mingle in that B&B, guys. So let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah, it always is kind of, I feel like, a slow start with the 1 and 4, and then all of a sudden it just explodes. I mean, you want to get in here before the big dogs do, because Josh Andrus will be in here. He'll be buying outbreaks to himself. He will be winning big items if you don't come in here and get it now.
Right? It does look like green tint, to be honest, Prez. I've been thinking the same thing. I didn't want to, say something until we see it, although that could be the lights.
Yeah, I think it's the lights, but it is like an interesting, blue.
I guess we got to see it in person, Prez. We got to see that bad boy in person.
That's the thing with all these helmets on the graphics. We got to pull them to see them.
They look better in person, man.
Always.
Got a sick Josh Allen left in that Diamond Series, by the way. JA17 on the Slate Speed Flex, the MVP. And get this, in that double box, $192. You snag the AFC East, get the Josh Allen Flex, which is worth north of $1,500. You tack on the Rob Gronkowski STS Authentic as well. We're looking at over $2,000 in autograph value in that spot. $192, more than $2,000 in value if you snag both. We do have the Ray Lewis Rave as well still lurking. There's a Michael Strahan or Jared Allen. I got a lot of good headliners left in those diamonds, guys. You should also get these done as well. Almost looks iridescent, says the president.
Ooh.
Prez, that word is way too big for me, but then again, I'm not a president. You are.
He's the president. I'm going to say
Iridescence.
that is a big word, but you are the president.
That is a big word. Can I get the language of origin there, Prez? Language of origin.
There we go.
The Prez is tied for first favorite member of the UA staff is here in the room.
Oh.
The president goes back and forth between Nicolette and Chinmay. Those are his two favorites.
What is this?
Sorry, Alex. We're scraps here in the room.
You made me ambassador of, what was it?
Latin America.
Latin America.
All of Latin America.
And I'm not even in the top two.
No, it's Chinmay and Nicolette are the top two.
Unbelievable.
The rest of us just lurking in the background here. That's Tyler the Prez. Who got in that 1-4 single? 3 spots to go in there,
That was
Alex.
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
Nahupi.
Oh yeah, great name.
I love that name.
Yeah, she's been balling. She's been rolling.
All right, so this is what iridescent means, Alex. A phenomenon where surfaces appear to change color as the angle of view or illumination changes. I feel smarter today already. This Mizzou grad feels like a Harvard grad right now, Alex. I feel smarter already.
You know, Chinmay probably would have known that, so I'll give up the top two.
Chinmay would have definitely known that. if we had to do like a test of smart people, Chinmay would probably be top of the list here at UA.
Might be.
Guy knows his stuff. Ambassador of Latin America to all of Latin America, Alex. That's pretty good. It's not bad.
I'm taking it.
That's not bad. All right, guys, what are we doing next? 31 of you guys watching across all 3 platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. I guess, Alex, the obvious answer is the Tom Brady Speed Flex. So I'm going to ask you, what's your favorite item in the room that is not the Tom Brady Speed Flex? That's the obvious answer, I would say.
It is the obvious answer.
No brainer. We don't want to go obvious here. We're a little more original.
I mean, you can't go wrong with the Josh Allen and the Diamonds, but I actually like the Baker Mayfield.
The Baker
Let's
Mayfield?
put some respect on Baker Mayfield. This guy's had an offensive coordinator every single year of his career. That's wild.
And he was top 3 in pass yards and passing touchdowns.
Yeah, he just lost another one, so he's going to have a new one this year.
The market is rising on this guy.
Yeah, I mean, had a banged-up cast this last year, still brought the Bucs to the playoffs. I called that. I said they were coming back and winning that division when they were about 3 games out.
They did. It was
They
a
came
great
back.
comeback.
They did it. I like the Bucs' future. I like Carolina maybe to win the division this year. We'll see.
Carolina.
Maybe. I like Carolina.
that's-
We'll see how their
You know
draft
what?
goes.
We're going to have, Alex, you have kind of, what's the word? You've kind of pigeonholed yourself into a new segment for you. I'm going to make the segment for you if you don't mind. Hot Take Wednesday. You got to have one
might
hot
have
take
to.
for
Might
me
have to.
every
See,
Wednesday.
and a hot take is I don't think it's gonna happen, but there's there's a chance that it could.
Okay.
So it's like I would feel like probably like 25% max.
Tyler Hartman is still fuming with
Oh,
you.
is he?
He is still fuming with you. Hot Take
I
Wednesdays
think
with Alex.
watch out for the Carolina Panthers in that
Okay.
division
Well, look, man,
specifically, but the Bucs are still at the top.
I'm a Bryce Young fan, so sign me up.
If they go defense in the draft, they keep doing that. Get that other receiver. Watch out for the Panthers.
Clapping Cheeks says, go Bucks. That's
Yeah.
a Browns and Bucks rip speed flex. Baker Mayfield.
He won a playoff game with the Browns. Who can say that?
He beat the Steelers with the Browns.
Yeah.
And they let him go, which is wild. You're going with the best helmet other than Brady in the room. You're going with Mr. Baker Mayfield. I'll go with another
I was gonna say,
quarterback.
you think it's better than the Manning?
Which one?
Do you think the Baker over the Manning?
So I would take the Manning because I'm a Manning fan. The Colts and Broncos, dual signed. But I think aesthetically, the Russ is
nice.
the better one, man. This thing is absolutely sick. I think there's a lack of respect for this gentleman. That's the best way to put it. Lack of respect. Russell Wilson is a 10-time Pro Bowler, Alex. He's got a championship. He is top, I think, like 5 all-time in passer rating. The guy doesn't turn the ball over. He's a dual threat guy for his career. He's just a really, really good quarterback, Russell Wilson. So definitely 5th all-time in passer rating, by the way.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering, Mr. Wilson. So that helmet is very, very unique. That is one that I definitely would not sleep on. That is probably my favorite helmet other than the Brady, maybe the Manning as well. So, sure, we let him go, but we got 1.5 really mediocre games out of Deshaun Watson, so who's the real winner, right?
I mean, you might be getting Shedeur Sanders is what it seems like.
It's going to be an upgrade.
I would draft Abdul Carter if I was them, pair him with Myles Garrett. But
Okay, you want the
then-
line.
yeah, and then next year when it's a really good quarterback class again, go
Okay.
for QB then.
Get Brady Cook in the 5th round.
Sure.
Zume,
There
baby.
you go, yeah.
Get him in those later rounds.
He'll lose you some games this year.
So, Nicolette, I have a question for you. Do you know what iridescent means? Don't pretend that you do.
No, I've heard it before. It's something with light. It's like lighting, right? Or see-through, or like something glows. It's like when something iridescent, like.
That's pretty close. Should we give it to her?
I give her you got 75%.
Okay, we'll give it to you.
It was good. I know. No, she got it.
Good.
She
The
got it.
president says you would have
got
known
it.
that what that means. Because we're talking about the smartest people in the break room. I told him Chinmay's the smartest, and he's like, Nicolette would have known as well.
I mean, the only thing I thought of was lighting, but that was it.
Yeah, that's okay. Beat me for sure.
I did just look at it. I was like, yeah, it's a big word. I've heard it, but it's a big word.
Right. So let's get that 1-4 cooking. Let's get that Russ. Let's get that Brady. Let's make it happen. And then that black and blue's only 3 spots to go, guys. We are knocking on that door. There's a little bit of a Wednesday tradition in the room, Alex. You and I have seen this multiple times. Sometimes we drop the series at 3 p.m. It takes the first 30, 40
Yeah, it's cooking
hour
at
to
like
get going.
4:15.
Also, sometimes we drop it at noon. They got to get through 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes. 1 or 2 big dogs come in here, and the 1-4 is gone in about 90 minutes. Now, I would recommend you guys, before Josh Andres, before Matthew McLaughlin, before Craig Crenshaw, before Andrew Webb get in here, I would get those spots now. And my advice to the people watching, I would actually get in the 1-4 single or double, because you know this very well, Alex. When the big dogs get in here, the quads will fall very fast.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to invest a little bit less money and win potentially a crazy amount, the 1-4 double and the 1-4 single are my recommendations, because, $201 for a Brady helmet worth around $4,000, Alex.
It's a cheaper 1-4. It's what we were kind of saying. I noticed a lot of
Right.
them were $250 to $300, honestly.
And I'm
I think
trying to
that
figure out
200
how that is, because this one is right on par with all the recent ones I've seen personally, Alex.
Yeah,
right?
it's got 4 big speed flexes. I think the recent ones might have had a Mahomes in there too.
Okay, so Mahomes
Rodgers
and Brady.
Rodgers who charges a lot.
Sure.
We had that, but there's 4 6-speed flexes in a Brady and a Mahomes and a Manning.
Brady and a Manning. I love that Peyton Manning helmet so much, because it kind of encompasses his whole career. Like, you get a piece of football history, because obviously he had more great years with the Colts, but his best season ever was with the Broncos. 55 passing touchdowns, to this day an NFL record. He made Julius Thomas look like Tony Gonzalez. He made Demaryius Thomas look like Randy Moss, and he made Emmanuel Sanders look like Steve Smith Sr. in that black and
There's
blue.
kind of an enemy triangle here
Right?
with the Manning, Russ, and Tom Brady. Russ dominated Manning in the Super Bowl, and then had a choke job against Brady. It wasn't his fault. Well, it kind of was his fault now that I think about it.
A little bit.
He did throw the pick.
It was a bad play call, but he didn't make the right pass either.
No. I mean, it was just a great play by Malcolm Butler, but maybe you just say, sorry, Pete Carroll, we're running the ball here.
Sure.
But,
And, you know, me, I'm a Peyton Manning fan, Alex. Yeah. So I actually remember that Super Bowl vividly because I was like convinced the Broncos will win because at the time I was
the greatest
calling it-
offense of like all time
yeah,
for a season.
it was. They had all the records. It was actually the same week, a few days before that, I accepted my first professional TV sports job. So
There you
I was
go.
like, my career's off and running. I got invited to this incredible Super Bowl party. One of my high school friends, his dad is loaded, and he was part of this like insane private Super Bowl party. It was with a bunch of Bear players were there. I think
Oh,
Lance
man.
Briggs was there. I think Rashad Davis, you might remember him, more of a secondary receiver, but I think Peanut Tillman might have been there. It was like a thing with like 7 or 8 former Bears were there or current Bears, and it was like an all-you-can-eat buffet. It was like all-you-can-drink. It was like super duper fancy. And I was like, man, I got a new job. I'm going to this awesome Super Bowl party, and Peyton Manning's going to win me the big game. And I actually did not have fun at that party as a Bronco fan. I had a lot of food and drink, but it was not fun.
I just didn't have fun because it was a bad game. I just want a good game for the Super Bowl.
We've had a lot of good games.
We've had recently, yeah.
Very few. I know this last one also
last one
wasn't
actually
the
wasn't,
best,
yeah.
but look at the Chiefs and the Eagles, the Chiefs and the Niners, both rounds. You look at obviously the Seahawks and the Patriots game. It
was a great one.
Look at the Patriots and the Falcons.
Yep.
We've been really blessed with a lot of good Super Bowls of late.
Yeah.
It used to be, though, like out of the AFC, you were getting either Brady or Manning in the Super Bowl pretty much every year.
Or the guy on the table, Big Ben.
Big Ben, yeah, exactly.
He's dominated by those guys and Joe Flacco.
Flacco. That's a Super Bowl MVP to you, Joe Flacco.
That's right.
So,
He's
guys, get that can't miss, guys. Let's get that done. 3 spots to go in that single. Knocking on that door. I guess I could probably do a rundown. We have not done one yet. We are a little bit open right now, other than obviously the black and blue and the 1 and 4 are close. So let's do a rundown, refresh the break page. Let's see what we got going on. So 32 boxes left in the 1 and 4, Alex. 32 boxes left. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 photoed headliners. I believe 2 are off the board, right? Jason Tatum and Kareem. So we have 14 photoed headliners in 32 boxes. Been talking about Brady and Manning on speed flexes. Again, guys, about a $4,000 Tom Brady flex. Looking at a Manning and a Russ that are at least, if not 2,000, close to it. Still got Reggie Jackson, Mr. October. We have Clemens, the most Cy Youngs ever. Malkin, top 10 hockey player of all time, arguably. Dirk Nowitzki, top 10 scorer. Nikola Jokic, the best dang player in the game today. Jeff Gordon, top 10 NASCAR driver. The best closer, Mariano Rivera. Maybe the best catcher, Johnny Bench, Floyd Mayweather Jr. 14 and 32 chance at a photo headliner. You add in Justin Jefferson, not even photoed.
Yeah.
Kurt Warner, Julio Rodriguez, Paul Pierce, Jason Kidd, Marc-Andre Fleury. So that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 and 32 chance at a headliner. 20 and 32. Those are odds that are too good to be true. Doing good, Charles. How are you, buddy? Doing excellent on a Wednesday afternoon. Diamond helmets are all authentics, Alex. Authentics are better. Customized helmets, speed flexes, raves. Got the Allen Flex, again, worth north of $1,500. The MVP, his autograph value only continues to rise.
Oh, yeah.
JA-17. Rob Gronkowski, probably, Alex, I would say the second best Patriot item you can get besides Tom Brady, in my opinion.
Yeah, you might be right.
That is absolutely sick
Yeah.
for Gronk. Ray Lewis on the Rave, the greatest Raven of all time. We got Jared Allen, secondary headliner, Michael Strahan, all sorts of pass rushers in that Diamond series. We do have that 1 and 4, which I went over, down to just 8 boxes left in the vault. Looking for the Lawrence Taylor camo authentic. We got the secondary headliner, Deshaun Jackson, in here. NFL record for 60 and 80 plus yard touchdowns. A big play waiting to happen. We have Rome, not Rome, the city. Rome Odunze, the
love that
very
one.
talented receiver who, I know you'll probably agree with this, Alex. looked really good the back half of last year.
Yeah, really at the back end, him and Caleb's connection's only going to get stronger. And now he's got an offensive coach that's going to scheme him open and just have better timing. And be better.
This could be, a guy that becomes a, number 1, number 2 receiver, could be a top 15, 20 receiver, could be a photo headliner come next year.
I'll guarantee you over 1,000 yards for Rome next season, easily.
Okay, I like that. I think
he finished with around 700 last year. You take out all the Keenan Allen targets, he's going to get even more. Second-year bump for wide receivers. He's going to have a good year.
Got some goodies in there. Practice squad, we're still looking at 19 boxes left. We got some headliners. Emmitt Smith on the football, NFL's all-time leading rusher, the most coveted Cowboy item out there. We got a Von Miller authentic. Speaking of Super Bowl MVP Von Miller. I mentioned this story yesterday, though, Alex. You haven't heard this one. Look up that Super Bowl and look at what Coney Ealy did. Because he had the Panthers won.
Talking about a Mizzou guy?
Coney Ealy would have won the MVP. I think he actually had the best statistical game of any defensive player ever in the Super Bowl.
That's like Xavier Worthy.
Right? Garbage time, right? Garbage time. Max Crosby on the jersey still out there. Speaking of defense, speaking of Super Bowls, the 6 touchdown passes by Steve Young against the Superchargers, still the NFL record. We got the Urlacher Hall of Fame authentic royalty here in Chicago. Then Rodney Harrison, Anthony Richardson, and Keon Coleman, secondary headliners left in that practice squad. Black and Blue single is still 3 to go. Black and Blue is coming up. Again, looking for the Emmitt Smith Speed Flex. NFL's all-time leading rusher, even on a Black and Blue item. That thing is worth over $1,000. Certainly worth a lot more than $82. Yeah. We have my favorite rave in the game. The Lions rave looks insane for the best running back of all time for me, Barry Sanders. Always a great item to get. The Rio Lion King, Barry Sanders.
It's my favorite Lions helmet. The Rave is beautiful.
I'm absolutely in love with it. We got the Marshall Faulk Flash. We got the Bo Jackson still out there, one of the best athletes ever. Steve Smith Sr., one of the fastest receivers of all time. He was always my Madden pickup, Steve Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Adrian Peterson on Boomer Sooner. Terrell Davis with the Super Bowl MVP guys. A lot of goodies in that break. Jersey break is wide open with headliners. Marshall Faulk, Dwight Freeney, Brian Dawkins, A.J. Green, Gale Sayers, the second best Bears running back of all time. Anquan Bolden, rare auto in the room on the Raven jersey. We got the New York Jets sack exchange. Thurman Thomas, Josh Jacobs. Then Mike Singletary's secondary headliner. Mini helmet's a good bet as well, guys. Looking for the A.J. Brown, Earl Campbell. How about the best name corner of all time, Deion Primetime Sanders on the Falcons, the OG team. Jason Witten Eclipse, one of the best tight ends of all time for the boys. And then how about this awesome black Adrian Peterson mini?
Yeah.
That is super clean. Not to mention Kyron Williams, secondary headliner. 12 minis left, 6 headliners left in that mini break. We do have the mystery box tab also up for you guys. You get the minis, you get the jerseys, you get the reps as personals. Still got A.J. Brown and Marshall Faulk left with, I believe, only 3 rep boxes. So if that is indeed correct, 2 and 3 chance at a headliner. Speaking of headliners, headliner package, 1 mini, 1 jersey, 1 rep, 1 authentic, $1849.99, and you get yourself a guaranteed 4 headliners in that break.
The ultimate starter kit, as you say.
Right? Yeah, Jared, nobody's going to trade, all due respect to your Kareem jersey, nobody's going to trade the Kareem jersey for the Brady Flex. The helmets are worth a lot more than the jerseys. I know I say this, Dom and I were talking about this last Friday, Alex, and whenever these big names come out, everyone always says, I'm ready to trade with you guys. I'll trade you this, that, and the other for this, that, or the other. And usually the success rate on trades is 10% or less, especially with the big ones. So if there's something you really like, do not trade for it, or try to trade, but do not rely on trades. If you want the Brady, you got to get in there and do it yourself, right?
I was going to say, the Brady's got to get pulled this show for even offer that.
Correct. And you could still trade off air, but in terms of on air, Brady's got to come out this show.
You never know. Shoot your shot.
So it never hurts to shoot your shot, but it just happens a lot where someone's like, they make it known before the series, if this name comes out, I'll trade for it. Then the name comes out, and they're like, all right, I'm ready. I have my trade ready. And then they get shut down 90% of the time. That's like me on dating apps, Alex. 90% of the time, I used to get shut out until I found my fiance. So I just know that it's you got to get in it to win it. So just like you're on, Tinder, Bumble, Match, whatever you're on, you got to keep going. You got to win these breaks by getting those spots.
Never used them.
Never used any?
Never used.
Never used a dating app.
Never.
And you're a younger guy.
Younger guy.
I'm proud of you, Alex. That is unique. Nicolette, did you ever use a dating app? I'm also proud of you as well. My best high school friend had a strategy, and I used to make fun of him for it.
Yep.
He would swipe right on everybody, and he would have so many matches because he figures someone will talk to him. And he found his wife on there.
Someone I
eventually.
saw, they just made their own machine and they just do it all night.
Swipe right, baby.
Just keep swiping right.
Keep swiping right. So
Eventually you'll get one.
eventually you'll get one. I mean, look, I have two friends that their wives they met online. So who are we to judge, right? Who are we to judge?
Yeah, it's just like, hey, all it takes is one spot.
All it takes is one spot to find the love of your life or the helmet of your life.
Exactly.
Helmet of your life. How much would you pay for the love of your life? One would say priceless, although if you had to put a number on it, $201 for the Tom Brady Speed Flex worth, again, closer to $4,000. I'd say that's a pretty good investment on the love of your life.
I would say any of those items.
$201 for, one thing I'll say, let's be honest, Alex, in America, it's about a 50% divorce rate. This helmet will not divorce you.
No.
That will not happen.
It will not Giselle you.
It will not Giselle you. It will not leave your living room unless you get a lot of money in return for it. So
There is no one, what is it? What instructor did she get with? Like an MMA instructor?
also, I don't know. Someone fit.
Jiu-jitsu. There's no jiu-jitsu instructors.
Some sort
in
of
here.
trainer. The Tom Brady helmet will not escape your grasp.
No.
No doubt about that.
Hold on to you like Robert Kraft.
Oh, Robert Kraft. What a guy.
Or Bill Belichick holding his girlfriend in the air with his feet. It's impressive. He's 72.
Look,
73.
I am the first person that will tell you love is age is just a number. It is just a number, Alex. But there's limits to everything. But hey, good for Bill. Good for Bill Belichick.
Good for Bill.
He's doing good with his life.
Yeah.
So, guys, let's get those orders cooking. You know what, Alex? I'm going to offer up a little bit of Ultimate Autographs secret menu. Secret menu. Let's see. You don't like the secret menu?
No, I like it, but the menu is full already of great things. Just get in.
Secret menu. Secret menu is that, not counting this quad, any 1 in 4 breaks will be in a separate wheel spin, not counting the quad. These guys already did it from now on.
You're a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy.
I wouldn't be as nice.
I want that Tom Brady. I have to wait for some money, says Charles. Okay. All right. Well, good. Because, want to make sure you have that money, Charles. Transfer those funds. Last I heard from Charles's account, obviously you got to have money to play for the Brady. Although,
Yes, you do.
I would think most people have $201 in their account. I don't know. I can't say for sure, but that's all it takes, right? 201 bucks. And if you're short on money, you win the Brady and then you sell it, right?
Yeah.
You sell it for the Tom Brady. But what is it? It's payday Friday this week for us, right,
It is
Alex?
Friday.
We got payday coming around. I actually figured it out that sometimes it cashes at like 2 a.m. sometimes. I checked the other day, one time it cashed for me late at night. Then Dom told me it cashes from Thursday sometimes.
Sometimes it will for me on a Thursday, but it's normally a Friday.
Okay.
I would say 90-something% of the time it's a Friday.
Yeah, because I've noticed sometimes it's the middle of the night.
Like if it's a holiday, let's say
Okay.
Christmas was on a Friday, sometimes it'll be on a Thursday,
I gotcha.
stuff like that. But normally, yeah, always the Friday. It is interesting. A lot of teams are, proposing new rule changes to the NFL, and Adam Schefter's been tweeting them out today. I know the Packers did one. They want to ban the tush push. And
I'm good with that.
The Lions, I think, have done two. One, they want defensive holding and pass interferences to not be automatic first downs. So you get the penalty yardage, and if the yardage equals a first down, you get the first down. But
That's a good one.
I've never understood that. It's 3rd and 20. It's a 5-yard penalty for holding, and you just get a first down.
I can get behind that one, Alex.
But and then the other one they just did is for playoff seeding, just to be off your regular season record and not to be if you win your division, you automatically host.
I'm good with that as well.
Me too.
NBA.
Yeah, you
That's
know,
how
it's the
NBA does
NFC
it.
North who's doing this.
Because they have all the good teams.
I understand the Lions too, because like if I win 12 games and someone in my division wins 13, what am I supposed to do?
Happened
I know
to the
people.
Vikings.
I know people will say we'll win more than them, but
Well, didn't the Vikings play a road game? And they had 13 wins, right, against the Rams?
Yeah, I mean the Packers had like 11, 12 wins and were on the road too.
Right?
I think getting an
They
automatic.
got awarded to play the Eagles in the first round.
Yeah, but like you don't even get a home game is like the whole thing.
Yeah, because I mean, we had the whole thing with the Panthers a while back. I think they had like 7 or 8 wins one
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
and they hosted a playoff
I think it's
game.
okay. Division still means something. You can get a playoff spot. You get your playoff spot, you win your division. But to be able to host the game when you don't have as good of a record,
I'm good with
I'm not
that.
down with that.
I'm good with that.
I'm also a person, I just don't even think there should be conferences.
Wow, you are really hot take Wednesday here.
Well, I just want the best of the best competing.
Sure.
That's
yeah,
my whole thing.
That makes sense. So, like, for example, one thing that a lot of people were mad about in the here's a good transition for you, Alex. Take note.
There we go.
People in the early and mid 2000s were like, look, Brady and Manning are the best quarterbacks in the game, but they played for the Patriots and the Colts and then later the Broncos. Brady and Manning could never be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You want to have the chance for Brady and Manning.
That's
For
what I'm
example,
saying.
Josh Allen in the Diamonds, another transition for you. Had he not had to play Mahomes all these years, Josh Allen, Slate Speedflex out there, guys. Allen would then play Mahomes
In the Super
possibly
Bowl.
in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Which is, AFC. I know the Eagles are really good. The Lions are really good. But you look at the AFC quarterbacks, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. Those guys could meet in a Super Bowl potentially with the Alex Tellez rule changes.
I just think that's more fun personally. It's something I would always want to see. I know that'll never happen,
Yeah.
but that's just something I would
I
always
was
be
going to say,
into.
Alex, I actually kind of agree with you, but that one won't happen.
No.
The
That
big,
one
the
will
big
not
one that
happen.
I want to see is
I mean, could you imagine if it was? We've seen them a bunch in the playoffs, but if it was Allen versus Mahomes for the Super Bowl, it just means so much more.
it would make the rivalry even bigger and better.
Yeah.
Because if people can track like Brady and Mahomes or, Brady and Manning back in the day, Mahomes and Allen now, what's their head-to-head record in the Super Bowl?
Exactly.
Head-to-head record in the Super Bowl sounds a lot better than head-to-head record in the AFC or NFC championship.
I just think like you see it in basketball, one conference will be so much better than the other. Like just imagine if you were getting the two best teams in the championship always.
Well, like when LeBron was with the Cavs, every year they were in the finals. They were probably a lot of those years the third, fourth, fifth best team, but they were the best in the East. Hence, they made the finals every year.
Yeah,
So,
maybe Lamar would have made a Super Bowl by now. Maybe Burrow would be in more. Who knows?
Sure. The Favre was pulled.
Yes.
Yes, sir, Charles. It's actually we put it back. It was from the early show. It was here. Well, you're sneaky, Alex. Did I miss that? Like you just took it away, which is fine.
We had good items.
We
up
have good
here.
items
yeah,
on
it was
here.
from the 9 a.m. show. I don't want their stuff.
All right,
I
that's
want new
fair.
stuff.
We want new stuff.
Yeah, I want the 1 and 4 items. I want the Josh Allen and the diamonds.
Yeah, the Brett Favre was pulled, Charles Nelson, in those diamond helmets. So, guys, let's get those moves going. We'll go till at least 2 o'clock here, but if nothing is, bumping before 2 o'clock, we'd call it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, get some our Portillos.
We do have Portillo's today, our team lunch.
Yeah.
I was tasked with an impossible decision. Do I get a Italian beef, a burger, or a hot dog?
I went with the beef last time. I went with the burger this time.
Okay, I did the opposite of you. I went with the burger last time and the beef this time, Alex.
I don't know when's the last time I had a Portillo's burger. When I go there, it's usually always a beef or a hot dog.
I like the beef and cheddar croissants they have there. That's a good one. But their burger is, in my opinion, the most underrated thing they have there. It is very good, so enjoy, sir.
All right, now this is what my girlfriend's dad says about Portillo's. He says everything is good, nothing is bad, nothing is great. Everything is just good. It's all like a 7.5, 8. Nothing like you're not gonna go there and be like, oh, like this just blew my socks off. But nothing is bad.
I think that's a valid take.
It's not a bad take.
It's not like the best hot dog you're gonna get in
No,
Chicago.
but it's good.
Iconic.
It's
an
good.
Iconic, good hot dog.
Everything's good. Nothing's bad, but nothing's great.
I would say I
Except
would
for
go
the cake.
between.
It's like a cake in the cake shape.
I would go between like there's good and there's great. I would say pretty good. Some of the stuff there is pretty good. Like I'd go a little bit higher than him, but I don't necessarily completely disagree with the take. I'll put it that way. I will say I'm a huge fan of cheese on fries because their
Oh,
fries
yeah.
without the
Yep.
cheese would be. I'm not a crinkle cut fry guy typically.
Yeah.
But once you add the cheese in there,
Oh, yeah.
it is just
You
different.
know what I'll do sometimes is I'll pour the cheese on my hot dog.
That's not bad either.
Yeah.
3 to go in that black and blue single, Jonathan
closest
Colvin.
break.
Let's get it going. 3 spots to go the closest break. Hungry for breaks, man. The 2 best running backs of the 1990s, Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith, available. You can sit here and make a case right now, Alex. I probably put Marshall Faulk just outside the top 5, but he's certainly top 10. We want to talk about prime running backs. I can make a case that in this series between Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith, Marshall Faulk, and Terrell Davis, and Adrian Peterson, we have 5 of the 10 greatest running backs to ever play the game. Think about that. The history of football, we have 5 of the 10 greatest running backs. You can get an Emmitt Smith Speedflex worth over $1,000 for as low as $82. And I was talking about this the other day. I think that Emmitt Smith, in some ways, doesn't get enough respect, Alex, because we talk about the longevity, we talk about the offensive line. If you go back and watch some old footage of Emmitt Smith, you will see this guy has vision for days. A lot of guys get holes, and they can't find the right hole. This guy knew exactly where he was going, knew exactly what he was doing. That is an awesome, awesome speed flex. Emmitt Smith, yes, the only speed flex, Jonathan, but we got 16 boxes left. We have 9 headliners. This black and blue, by the way, unlike most black and blues, Alex, this is not a black and blue mixer. It's a black and blue authentic series.
Yeah, only authentic elements.
So usually we say the diamonds is the only break that we offer every day that has a guaranteed authentic coming out of each box. This black and blue also has a guaranteed authentic out of every box.
One thing with Emmitt Smith, too, it's always, we had the greatest offensive line ever. What else did you want him to do? He's the all-time leading leader in yards and touchdowns.
He capitalized.
What
with
else?
O-line.
You can't go higher than that.
It's like, he was only good because of the O-line.
Yeah, well, it's like, could you imagine what Barry could have did? Could you imagine what this guy would have did? And this guy, well, it's like, they would have just did what he did. They'd be first
all time
in yards and touchdowns.
Exactly.
He did all that he could.
And Barry probably could have passed him up had he played longer, but that's a clean rave right there. Sometimes we get obsessed with Autograph Valley, but you can't put a tangible look at just how awesome this stuff is in your man cave. You talk about a piece of history. We're talking about Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith. That's when the NFL got insane with TV, etc. The popularity in the 90s was skyrocketing in large part because of these 2 guys, right?
Yeah, all those Cowboys fans. If you're a Cowboys fan, you got to have a sick man cave.
Yes, you got to have Emmitt Smith.
You got to have Emmitt Smith.
Right?
And if Lions fans now, you're going to want a sick man cave for your kid. Your kid's going to get older. You're going to need some sick items for them because Lions are good now. They got a Super Bowl in their future.
And all the fathers and grandfathers can tell their kids, hey, guys, nowadays you got Goff, you got Amon-Ra, you got Gibbs, you got Montgomery, you got J-Mo, Sam Laporta, Penei Sewell, Aiden Hutchinson. Back in my day, we had one man and one man only, and his name was Barry Sanders.
That's right.
Let me sit down and show you some footage, because I get bored sometimes, Alex. When I get bored, I go to YouTube and I watch Barry Sanders highlight videos, and I gasp, I ooh, I ah.
It's a great thing.
It is an awesome thing to do.
Yeah.
Brian says, does Robbie always cause trouble when you guys get Portillo's?
How'd you know?
Yes, he is a troublemaker with Portillo's. Robbie actually tries to steal my cheese fries, and then I end up spilling the cheese all over myself and him both. Last time, though, unfortunately, it got spilled on our owner, and we almost lost our jobs.
Oh, man.
So it was
not good.
It was rough, absolutely rough, Brian. Robbie and Portillo's, it's like a Lions fan with a chance to get a Barry Sanders authentic. They're going crazy.
Yeah.
I think the Lion fans right now are hibernating, because if they were in here, the Cowboy fans are hibernating. If they were in here, the Emmitt Smith and the Barry Sanders would be gone already.
Only 2 to go in that single. It's crazy, too, with Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith. Both not very tall guys. Like, we see Derrick Henry. He's this massive, over 6 foot, huge guy. Barry Sanders, I think, was 5'8". Emmitt Smith, 5'9".
Shorter than me, baby.
Yeah, shorter, but
I'll tower over you guys.
Hard to tackle. And, I know a lot of people... Ashton Gentie's getting a lot of comps. I've heard Emmitt Smith as one, similar in size. And, some people are like, oh, he's too small. He's too small.
That is quite a
those
comp, man.
That's not what
That-
I'm
that-
giving them, but that's what I've seen.
That is quite a comp.
Yeah.
I'd love to be compared to Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith.
Yeah. There's some crazy ones with Barry. I'm like, definitely don't see Barry, but I could see Emmett a little bit.
Sure. So we are now 2 to go in that break. I want to see the 1 and 4, Alex. Again, this is going to take
best
off
break.
at 3 p.m. We know that very well. But I want to give the guys out there, think about this. If you're willing to spend 2 spots in a black and blue single, what's $162, I believe, right? No, 164. It's a 2 in 8 chance to win for that. So that's a 1 in 4 chance. You could spend $36 more and get a 1 in 4 chance to win in the 1 in 4 single. Now, the black and blue, the Emmitt Smith Speedflex is worth around $1,000.
Yes.
But the Tom Brady Speedflex is worth over $4,000.
That's right. 1 to go in the single.
I know Dom and I always talk about this. Look, guys, it's your money. How you want to spend it is the way you should do it. But we get a lot of people buying multiple spots in these lower entry breaks, the minis, the jerseys, etc. And it's a 2 in 8 chance to win if you buy 2 spots.
Yeah.
I would buy 1 spot in the 1 in 4 and get
100%.
yourself a 1 in 4 chance to win. Because the stuff you get in the 1 in 4, I mean, you want to talk about value right now, Alex? The most valuable item in the break room is by far Tom Brady Speedflex. But arguably the next 2 or 3 biggest items are in here.
Yeah.
Manning Flex, Wilson Flex, Mayfield Flex. The only other one that might crack the top 5 is Josh Allen in the diamond helmets.
Yeah, it's only a 4-spot break. I think people miss that a lot. You got a 1 in 4 chance to win.
Yes. You don't get better odds
No.
than you do in this break.
No.
1 in 4 chance is the best odds you're going to get in the break room. We do lately we've been doing the baseball and the college as 8-spot breaks as well. So usually it's a 1 in 8 chance to win. 1 in 4 is 25%.
I mean, realistically, when you look at it, this is about the same price as a practice squad double.
Yes.
And you can't win a Tom Brady in a practice squad.
Yeah, no, I agree. So it's a little bit more, but if you buy 2 spots in a practice squad double versus
Well,
1
I'm saying
spot
because
in this.
a practice squad double is 8 spots.
Yes.
So if you made a practice squad double 4 spots, it would be the same price.
Exactly. So think about that 1 in 4. Now everyone sees the 201 and the 402 and they gasp, which I get that. But again, better odds to win. For example, if you get in the double, you would have 2 1 in 4 chances to win. If you get in the quad, you would have 4 1 in 4 chances to win. And somebody's listening because we're not 1 to go in that single.
Yeah. Michael Convey and Stephen Plecky.
Thank you, guys.
They get it.
The best break in the room. You know me, Alex. I'm a go big or go home guy. I like risk. A little bit of risk pays off in life, in my opinion. So, I mean, it's weird because the 1 in 4 in some ways is the biggest risk, but in many ways the smallest risk because you have the best chance to win.
Best chance to win.
But you're paying the most money per spot. But I think it's a risk worth taking.
100%.
Because imagine spending $200 in the break room today and not giving yourself a chance at Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I would regret that personally.
Yeah, like you said,
because
you're going to buy 4 spots in the minis throughout the day, maybe win, or you're going to get 1 spot in the 1 in 4 and got a 25% chance.
there's going to be people that buy 10 spots in the jerseys today. They see
yeah.
the $28 price tag. They're like, that's cheap. Let me get a bunch of jersey spots. Before you look, you spent $200, $300 anyway. Instead, get yourself in here for the Brady Flex because, the jersey series, the most valuable items, we're looking at $200, $300, give or take. The best I'm talking about, Alex. Not the worst, the best.
Yeah.
The worst stuff in this 1 in 4 is better than the best stuff in the jerseys.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, the worst jerseys in here are still going to be better than probably our black box jerseys.
Exactly.
Like you're saying.
So that's where I would play. The smart guys getting their moves here.
Yep. Teddy Butler closing it up.
Closed up in the 1 in 4. Excellent. Thank you, guys. 1 in 4 single number 1. Go ahead and drop me a box number. And we see this very often, Alex. We do like 4, 5, 1 in 4 quads, and we do 1 single, and boom comes the Brady. Just like that. 14, says Michael. Thank you, Michael. 14 coming up. The first Patriot quarterback to make the Super Bowl, Alex. Steve Grogan. The Grogan box. Looking for another Patriot quarterback in box 14. Lindsey Nahupi, Stephen Plecky, Michael Convey, and Teddy Butler. I believe Teddy recently, I think it was a Mahomes he won, or a Brady recently came in with one spot and won something nuts. Remind me what it was, Teddy. I just feel like I remember Teddy Butler being a one-spot expert.
I remember him winning a Brady one time. Maybe he does it again.
Jared, I cannot guarantee you that, my man. I see where you're coming from. I'll buy the whole quad if you can guarantee me the Brady. I cannot do that, unfortunately. I can guarantee you a chance at the Brady, but I cannot guarantee the Brady. That is something I am unable to do right now, unfortunately. I can guarantee you 4 items, though, man. I can guarantee you 4 items that I can give you. Lindsay's got the football spot. Teddy's got the basketball spot. Michael's got the baseball spot. And Stephen Plecky has the everything else spot. And I get it. Everyone's got their spending limits. You know, be careful. Don't go crazy. But if you're going to buy a bunch of spots in the jerseys and the minis, I would definitely take 1 or 2 shots in the 1 and 4 instead, personally. It was the old wideout Brady and Michigan Brady with 1 spot, says Teddy. That is cool, man. Oh, my God. This is cool. I think it's a licensed jersey. One of baseball's young superstars. We have Wyatt Langford on the Texas Rangers licensed jersey. The MLB logo on there. A very, very clean jersey. That is the baseball spot. And that is Michael Convey. Congrats, Michael, on the Wyatt Langford. Now, if you don't know who Wyatt Langford is now, I promise you guys in 2, 3, 4 years, this is going to be one of the best players in the game, Wyatt Langford. Very nice. Very, very nice. 4th overall in the 2023 MLB draft. He played last season, 16 home runs, 74 RBI, only 23. Only going to get better, Wyatt Langford. It's what we call an investment piece in the break room. One for the future.
It's licensed.
License, baby.
Can't go better than a licensed jersey.
Licensed jerseys are fillers in the 1 and 4. Like, we put up a licensed jersey in the football jersey, it would be the best hit in the series.
Yeah.
In the 1 and 4, Wyatt Langford is actually one of the lower end hits. It's not even listed, Alex.
Yeah.
And we had a 20 and 32 chance at a headliner. It's now a 19 and 31. That's a keeper, says Jared. Teddy says nice hit. Nice job, Michael, on your Ranger license jersey. And Jared says unless you want a Posada bat, Convey. Jorge Posada bat that was won earlier. We have a better than a 50% chance at a headliner, Alex, yet we're pulling a lot of the filler hits in the 1 and 4 so far.
I know what's going to happen. These guys are going to wait. Then the big dogs are going to come in, and they're going to lose their chance.
They're going to regret it.
It happens
right
every
now,
time.
guys, before the big dogs get in and buy all the spots, buy out the quads. If you want the 1 and 4, I would say get in the next 30 minutes because at 3 p.m., new show, new big dogs, especially at 4 p.m. when it's the 5 p.m. for the East Coast guys, our most popular clients out of the East Coast. This series will likely be gone by 5:30 today.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want something right now, before these big dogs get in and buy all the spots, before the quads go, I would get in that 1 and 4 immediately. If you're thinking about it, you will miss out. So if you're thinking about should I get in, should I not, now's the time because Alex, when Josh gets in here, buys all 4, Craig buys all 4, Andrew buys all 4, I mean, Ronnie Sarah buys all 4. Forget about it, right?
Oh, yeah. These guys are going to be done with work. It's going to be 5 o'clock because they're on the East Coast. They're going to sit back on their couch, wait for their personal chef to finish their cooking their dinner, and they're going to win all the big helmets.
Right?
That's exactly what they're going to do.
And then the other guys that were just sitting there thinking like, I'll get in when it gets moving. They won't have that chance again.
Nope.
So let's keep it rolling. That black and blue is how close, Alex?
1 to go, so that'll be any second now.
1 to go in the black and blue. That is coming up next. And then maybe more 1 and 4 to follow. A little bit open on that page now, but there's obviously plenty of time to change that. I would like to get minimum 3 more 1 and 4s done this show. Emphasis on minimum, Alex. But
Minimum.
1 more single, 1 more double. These are hashtag no-brainers. Steven Raujak back in the house.
Yeah, I see that.
Steven's the perfect example of taking your shot. It was his first ever break. He won a Josh Allen speed flex. Got in for one spot right off the bat, just like that, Alex.
Yeah.
So, no thanks on Posada, says Michael. I'm a Mets fan. You're talking to the wrong guy, apparently, right?
Yeah.
Mets fan. It's cool, a Mets fan. Have you ever had a Mets fan in the break room, Alex?
I think we've had a Mets fan.
I feel like we have a lot of Yankee fans.
Definitely do have a lot of
But
Yankees
not a lot of
fans.
Mets
I feel like we've
fans.
had a few Mets fans. I mean, hey, you got Juan Soto now. I mean, I'd be a fan
From the
if I had
Yankees
Juan
to the
Soto on my
Mets.
team.
So, one spot to go on that black and blue, guys. Yankee fans, Roger Clemens and Mr. Mariano Rivera.
Yeah, understand, man.
I would argue possibly, I mean, obviously Derek Jeter's up there, but you can make a case. The two most important guys, part of that late 90s, early 2000s run, the last truly dominant baseball team, at least when it comes to World Series. Obviously, the Dodgers, I would argue, when you go off regular season, have been really dominant, but the last dynasty in baseball, the Yankees of the early 2000s. Alex.
Yeah, got to be the last dynasty. I mean, we'll see what the Dodgers do now. They might be next up, but Yankees are the last one.
Well, Michael and Jared have found common ground.
Yeah.
But Jared is a Red Sox fan. Michael's a Mets fan. They both hate the Yankees. It's that stepbrothers. Did we just become best friends?
Yep.
These guys just became best friends for sure. So Jared is a Red Sox fan, actually, which makes sense. He's a Boston area fan. And one thing we say a lot, look, when you're in a cold streak, Alex, you should take a break at some point.
Yeah.
When you're hot, though, you should not stop. Jared Menzer, for example, entered 1-1-4 break, and he got 3 items. Jason Tatum, Kareem, and Jorge Posada. He won 3 out of 4. So, Jared, when you're hot right now, I'd be right back in for the Brady.
Got to be.
Right? I mean, a Boston fan. I know we get Brady a decent amount in the break room, but I don't know if I've ever seen that exact TB12 helmet.
There can never
Alex.
be enough Tom Brady's.
And as a Boston fan, you can never have enough, right?
Yeah.
Because you get 3, 4, you put 2 up in the man cave, you sell 1, you trade 1. This is the Boston area dream break with a Tom Brady speed flex lurking, right?
Blue singles ready to go.
Black and blue singles coming up. Thank you, Alex. Also, speaking of Boston, I know we pulled the Jason Tatum. There's a Paul Peterson here as well.
True.
The truth. So, a lot of goodies. I like the Red Sox. My son is a Pats fan. Went there one year to watch the Super Bowl at a bar with Pats fans. Well, Michael, you get this Tom Brady helmet to your son. You are forever the coolest dad of all time. Because, I mean, like, let's be honest, Alex. We judge our parents based on what did they get for us, right? I hate to say it, but it's true. And you're like, well, my dad got me a Tom Brady Speed Flex for my man cave. Michael, that's forever the coolest dad out there. Forever, man. Comment I know, says Jared, right? Again, Jared, if you're gonna buy spots in the break room, I'd buy in for the Brady. If I'm Jared Menzer, I'm not even thinking about it in any other series right now, Alex, right? If you want to save money, say, I'm going to cut myself off from the diamonds, the vault, the jersey, the mini. I'm only entering 1 series. I want the best of the best. I want the GOAT, Tom Brady. Oh, how about that? Michael's already got him 2 Brady Pats lids and 2 Brady Buck lids. Well, Michael, in that case, how about some for you, buddy? You're already the coolest dad around. How about a little bit for you, man? You got to get a Brady for your own self, apparently. Black and blue single number 1. Go ahead and drop me a box number. Michael needs Giants. Well, we have the greatest Giant of all time, Michael, Lawrence Taylor, in that Vault series. There has never been a better Giants player, and there will never be a better Giants player than Lawrence Taylor. Not to mention Michael Strahan, maybe the second best Giant of all time in the diamond helmets. Black and blue singles up, though. Patrick, Kenneth, Lindsey, Jonathan, Patrick, McCaw, Michael Convey, Steven Rojak, and William Losey. Give me a box number. Looks like 4 here, Alex, in the B&B, the black and the blue. Cuatro coming up. Yeah, Jared, if it was only that easy, man. If it was only that easy. Oh, here we go. Jared is taking a shot, Alex. He got bought out the 1-4 double, looks like.
boy.
That a boy, Jared. You can't win if you don't play, right? Shooters shoot,
Yeah.
baby. Shooters shoot here in the break room.
Give me 2 numbers whenever you're ready.
Yep, it's all you. We can get those numbers for you, my man. 2 box numbers. 8 times on the way here. 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, Kenneth Stanton's got the NFC North. Looking to be king of the North with that Barry Sanders. You're good in the hoopy, just a little bit late in the hoopy squad. Patrick McCaw in the NFC South. William Losi, NFC East. Lindsey Nahoopy, NFC West. Steven Raujak, AFC North. Jonathan Colvin in the AFC South. Patrick Newman in the AFC East. Newman. And Michael Convey in the AFC West. I know you got my reference, Alex. Newman. All right. Got an authentic lid coming up. Of course, all of these are authentics here. All of these are authentics in the B&B. I believe this is a secondary headliner. Okay. Not 1, not 2,
Ooh.
3 Hall of Famers on 1 autographed helmet for the Chargers. We got my main man, Kellen Winslow, one of the greatest Mizzou Tigers, if not the GOAT. Bob Boulet's number 2 tight end of all time. Kellen Winslow with the Hall of Fame 95 Air Coryell inscription. That great offense. We got the Hall of Fame wide receiver, Charlie Joyner, next to him. And then, of course, the quarterback, Dan Fouts, Hall of Fame 93 with the yellow ink. Lid looks pretty clean, Alex. It is in the black and blue, so there must be some sort of slight imperfection, maybe a slight smudge on the non-auto side. But I did forget my magnifying glass at home. So that's how close you got to look at these black and blues to see what's going down. So Michael Convey, congrats on the Charger triple sign authentic.
There you go.
I know Michael grew up watching football in the 80s. This is a great piece for him. Old school football viewer. 3 Hall of Famers. Part of one of the original great offenses in the history of the NFL. The Air Coryell offense.
Oh, yeah.
Nice job, Mike. Very clean lid for the Chargers. Back in the San Diego Charger
San Diego
days.
Superchargers.
That's right. Jared says, comment, I'll have to do the wheel times 2. Don't have that box color magic. All right. You know, obviously I do say in my shows, typically the box color magic works out best. But hey, it's not a guaranteed science, Alex. If you feel the wheel's better for you, that's why the wheel is there as an option, Jared. Exactly right, Michael. That's what I'm saying. Michael says, I like it. Many names I grew up with watching football. Absolutely. And this is a guy that, you know, when I was a Mizzou student, Alex, you go to the football stadium for the first time. You think it's really cool. You look up on the bricks at Mizzou. They have all the Hall of Famers on the bricks. And the first name you see, Kellen Winslow. He's an icon around Mizzou. Led the NFL in catches twice, by the way, Kellen Winslow, as a tight end.
I think it's Bob's tight end GOAT.
Yeah, and I think he said number 2.
Number 2.
I think he was number 2, Kellen Winslow. Trying to remember who his number 1 was. Bob's got very specific rankings. All right, wheel times 2, says our man Jared Menzer, shooting a shot for the GOAT, Thomas Edward Brady here. Wheel times 2. Let me see. I don't think I have the 1 to 36 wheel pulled up here. Let's get that pulled up. 1 to 36 wheel spin. And we got 2 numbers coming up. Nicolette, this is time for fireworks. 1 and 4. I got 2 boxes coming up. Ready for some fireworks here in the break room. Let's see, 1 to 36. I'm going to use this different wheel to mix it up here. Tony Gonzalez is Bob's number 1, which makes sense. He's probably considered by many as number 1. A lot of the new school guys will go Travis Kelce or the guy in the diamonds, Rob Gronkowski. How about this, Alex? Could we have number 12 in box 12? 12 coming up. Wouldn't that be something? It has happened before multiple times, I will say. All right, spin again for the second box. 1 and 4 double for Jared. Right next to 12. 11. So he's got the Brady and the Bledsoe boxes as a Patriot fan. Brady and Bledsoe boxes. Our guy Jared Menzer here. Good luck, sir. 2 boxes coming up. We'll start with 11 first and then 12 afterwards. It is 1:42, guys. We'll go to about 2 o'clock. If nothing else is full or close, we'll hop off. So if you want to get boxes this show, I would say order ASAP. Otherwise, Alex and I will reconvene for the 3 p.m. hour as well. Jesus, if 12 isn't 12, I'm running to get my Powerball. Thanks, says Jared. And good luck, Jared, says Michael. Okay. Well, first we have box 11. And Michael Convey said he needs Giants, right?
Yeah.
This is how good the 1-4 is. It is not even listed, Alex.
Oh.
It is Michael Strahan
Ooh.
on the Giants Authentic.
This guy's everywhere.
Man, one of the best defensive players of all time. I know we talk about him on the Game Show Network, on Good Morning America, Fox Sports. But let's talk about him as the football player. That's right. Had the single-season sack record. Thank you, Brett Favre. He's a multi-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion, one of the best dang pass rushers of all time. More than 100 career sacks. Nice job, Jared. Michael Strahan.
Look at that. The best gap of all time.
Yes. He made teeth gaps be cool.
Yeah.
A lot of kids with teeth gaps rethought their life. It's cool, right? It's cool. Michael Strahan did it. When you said Giants, I knew it was Strahan. Interesting, because if I hear Giants in the breaker, my first guess is Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
But Michael's got instincts, so maybe he gets in here and snacks some more goodies.
There you go.
I like him in the red and blue lids, right? Those are nice. LOL Patriots fan getting a Giants lid. I'm
man.
sorry, Jared. Hey, talk to Michael Convey. He's a Giants fan. You're a Patriots fan. His son is a Patriots fan. So get it done. LT is mostly in the headliners. You're correct, Michael. I will say, though, in the 1-4, usually the photoed headliners are speed flexes. LT could be, I have seen it before, Alex, being a non-headliner in this series. And again, LT is available in that Vault series, Michael. I do have LT in the Vault. We also have Michael Strahan as a secondary headliner in the Diamonds as well.
Yeah, LT would be a secondary hit in this for sure.
Yes.
Maybe not even a secondary hit.
Exactly.
Anymore.
He's like, I deal with the Pats fan every day, right? Dealing with his son. I get it. Now, how do you beat Tom Brady, right? A lot of people talk about, obviously Eli Manning having his number, but if you look at those games, Alex, those were low-scoring games. How do the Giants beat Tom Brady? They pressure
Pass
him.
rush.
It's the same way you can beat any quarterback. There's not a quarterback immune to pass rush because the quarterback does not block.
But a specific type. You got to beat him with 4.
Yes.
Not blitzing any extra.
Yes,
It's
what the Eagles
I think
did.
the Eagles only blitzed more than 4 once or
Exactly.
twice.
So that's what the Giants did. Michael Strahan, the best pass rusher on that team. That's how they knocked off Tom Brady twice in the Super Bowl, right?
Funny, the formula is there to beat great quarterbacks, and then teams just can't do it.
If they don't have time to throw, I don't care how great you are,
Well,
Alex.
yeah, so it's the mixture of if not having time to throw, and there's a whole bunch of people drop back in coverage.
Well, because that's the thing about, obviously, like if you blitz Brady, he's going to pick you apart.
Yeah.
The quick pass, etc. But if you're able to get pass rush without blitzing, then you're in football heaven, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's what the 85 Bears did. Mm-hmm. It's what these Spagnuolo teams did with the Giants at the time. Mm-hmm. What you got to do.
Oh, yeah, Donnie. We got all day Adrian Peterson left in the black and blue on the Boomer Sooner Authentic. And we got all day Adrian Peterson available on that mini helmet in the I Formation Minis. So we got plenty of Peterson for you, my man. Adrian Peterson was, by the way, I believe I don't know if it was the last one, but one of the recent ones, Alex, was one of those filler hits in the 1-4. All right, the second box. Second box coming up for the 1-4 double. It's It's a Craig Crenshaw special. Oh my God. So, you know our guy, Colin Rudisill. He has some hot takes of his own. This is a non-sports related hot take. Probably the one thing I will fight Colin Rudisill more over anything, Alex. This is a Christmas classic.
Oh, it's Home Alone.
Top Christmas movie of all time.
Ooh.
We got Marv on the Home Alone
There we
Funko
go.
Pop. What is it? The Wet Bandits, baby?
Yeah, I dressed up as him for a Christmas party.
Of course you did. Marv is, in my opinion, the best character in Home Alone.
Oh, there you go.
This guy makes the movie. Macaulay Culkin Coo. It's Marv. Awesome autograph by Daniel Stern, Jared Menzer. Very good hit right there for the Funko. I know you guys don't want the Funko in the 1 and 4. I get it, but this is a unique piece. Marv on the Home Alone.
Yeah, I mean, it's an iconic movie. He's also in the one movie with the kid that becomes a pitcher on the Cubs.
Oh, the Rookie, or
Is it the Rookie or Rookie of the Year?
Rookie of the Year, something like
I always
that.
forget which one. Because then there's the other one with like Dennis Quaid where he's
this is based on a true story.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so Alex, that was back-to-back fillers.
Oh, yeah.
Earlier I said a 19 and 31 chance at a headliner. It is currently a 19 and 29 chance.
Yeah.
Again, I went to journalism school. 19 and 29 chance at a headliner.
Very good.
Let me pull out that calculator, Alex. I'm gonna, because I can't do this mental math in my head. 19 divided by 29, Alex,
Gotta be
is
like 75.
65.5, so
65.
66%
There you
chance at a
go.
headliner.
Beautiful.
Roughly a 2 and 3 chance that includes Floyd, Money Mayweather Jr., includes the Johnny Bench, the Mariano Rivera, the Peyton Manning flex, the Danger Russell Wilson speed flex. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Ooh, mama, that is sexy. Russell Wilson with the clips, the visor, such a fresh lid. We got the Baker Mayfield, Bucks and Browns, Rip Speed Flex, of course. The cream of the crop, the $4,000 helmet, Tom Brady Speed Flex with the Michael Jordan logo on there. Air Brady, right? Roger Clemens licensed jersey with the 7 Cy Young inscription of Gunny Malkin licensed jersey. We got Dirk licensed jersey. We got Jokic jersey, Will Smith Funko, Jeff Gordon on the full-size NASCAR helmet, Reggie Jackson for the A's. And then we have a lot of great secondary headliners, right? Justin Jefferson, maybe the best receiver in the league. Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner, one of baseball's best, Julio Rodriguez, one of the best basketball players of the 2000s, Paul Pierce, Marc-Andre Fleury, a great goaltender, and Jason Kidd, Mr. Triple-Double himself, looking at a 19 and 29 chance counting these secondary names at a headliner. We are absolutely loaded in that 1 and 4, guys. Get those spots now. Already got a spot taken in the quad. 3 spots to go. Keep that 1 and 4 going.
We got a newcomer in that quad too, Corey.
Corey who?
Corey Doback.
Corey is dope. He is smart. He knows what's going on. He wants the best of the best in the break room here. And I know, obviously, Jared saw 2 non-headliners. You can't always succeed when you shoot your shot. But if your name is not Jared, he did get 2 wins, too, by the way, Alex. Just, it is 2 wins. But if you're not Jared, now's the time to jump in, Alex, because the headliner ratios just got better.
Oh, yeah.
We see it all the time. Psychology of the break room. Out comes the filler. People are like, man, no, I don't want to be in there because the filler came out. Right now is when you get in because the ratio just got better. All 4 speed flexes left. I mean, let's talk about the best hits in the 1 and 4. I could argue the 4 football helmets are the 4 best hits. Those are the most valuable probably in money, but otherwise, I mean, what's some of the other best hits?
I mean, if you're a Yankees fan,
Rivera or Clemens?
Clemens.
Which
easily.
one, right?
Can't go wrong with either one. If you're just an NBA fan, Jokic, Dirk Nowitzki.
I don't care if
what are
it's
we doing
custom
here?
or not, right? So most of the best hits are left in this series, guys. A lot of goodies. Baseball fans, we pulled the baseball Posada.
Posada.
But no baseball headliners are gone yet. No football headliners are gone yet. So we are.
Jared wants more.
Jared wants more. Which one? The
You
quad?
got 2 spots in the quad or 1 to go in the quad, guys.
All right, so a quad is coming up next, guys. 1 in 4. It's just like a, what's the Disney, or I don't know what it's even from, like a story as old as time. The 1 in 4 we get in here takes, 45 minutes, an hour. Then they see what the series is all about. And then it's off and running, Alex. I do not think that our guys, Dom and Steven, will see this tonight.
Probably not.
I don't think so. The only way it's going to happen is if there's only like 4 boxes left and there's 1 or 2 or no headliners left.
Yeah. Steven's having a rough couple days. Cubs are 0-2.
Yes, Cubs are 0-2. He did not wake up the first time. I don't know if he woke up
I think
today.
he woke up the first time. I thought he did.
He did wake up. I thought he told me he slept. Okay. Well, Ohtani had a pretty good game, and
Yeah, homered.
6-3 Dodgers with the win.
I heard it wasn't really a home run, but they ruled it a home run.
Honestly, I didn't see it.
A fan interfered, and they should have ruled it a ground rule double, but they just ruled it a home run.
Okay. Well, moral of the story, don't try to get the ball.
Yeah.
Black and blue single was won by...
That was won by Michael Convey. It was a Chargers triple sign.
Okay, yeah, you cleared it out. Charger triple sign, Michael Convey. So 1 spot to go in that quad box. If we're busy, we'll keep rolling, but in all likelihood, probably the last break of the noon show, and then we'll regroup and get back at it again at 3 p.m. Literally just threw my wallet across the room, says Jared. Okay, well, that's okay. Maybe throw the wallet would be a good strategy to get the Brady, right?
Yeah, you never know.
Throw the wallet
Whatever
for the Brady.
works. Whatever works. I know some people hit the slots,
Right?
hit the machine, and then all of a sudden, boom, you win.
Boom, it wins.
Yeah.
That actually happened to me once, Alex.
See?
It did happen to me one time. So,
1 to go.
1 to go, guys. Let's get that closed up. Let's see that magic in the 1 and 4.
Let me see a Brady before I eat my Portillos.
Right? That's the best way to end the show. Looks like no chase wheel spin unless we close that practice squad up like ASAP. We do have 6 to go in the practice squad double and pretty open in the single. I got you clapping cheeks, and I'll be honest with you. I always preach this. Not everyone's going to believe this, Alex, but this is what I truly believe in. I believe in a positive attitude. Good things will happen. Clapping cheeks, my biggest fear about the 1 and 4 seating on Funko LOL, which is legit. But guess what? If you don't put that in your head, then it's not going to happen, Alex, right? You want to think about it. I'm going to get a speed flex in the 1 and 4. You put that positive energy out there, good things happen.
Yeah.
Good things happen. And there is usually only like 2 or 3 Funkos.
Yeah,
there's
there's
usually
not
about
many.
7 or 8 helmets and 4 flexes. So the odds of getting a speed flex is certainly a lot better than getting a Funko, I would say, for sure, Alex, in my opinion. 1 spot left. Who's it going to be? I see Jared's in. Is that Donnie got in as well?
He did not. He got into some black and blues.
Oh, Donnie is spreading the love across the break
Yeah.
page. Practice squad left, Joseph, Emmett Smith, Von Miller, Max Crosby, Steve Young, and Brian Urlacher. All right, I'm going to give these guys a little timer, Alex, because obviously everyone wants to break right away. But, we'll be breaking in regardless at 3 p.m. We got to get that quad filled up by 2 o'clock. That is 4 minutes. If the quad is not full by 2 o'clock, it'll be a pre-fill for the 3 p.m. show. And I got to prove it to these guys, because last night, Steven said I was too nice. Because we were kind of like 3 spots to go in a break. I was patient. Steven's like, if I were hosting, I would have been off the air by now.
Yeah.
So Steven says I'm way too nice to the customers.
I agree.
I got to be a little bit meaner, apparently. So, guys, if that 1 and 4 is not closed by 2, we'll pre-fill it for the 3 p.m. show, and you'll have to wait an hour. So
Don't want
you
that.
either wait 4 minutes or you wait an hour. Ball's in your court. See, Tripod Reese got a pretty sweet William Shatner Funko out of the 1 and 4.
Yeah, some people like the Funkos. Who was it? The Cooks?
Yeah, Funkos are cool, man.
All right, Jared said, screw it. I'm getting the last spot.
Let's go, Jer. I like it. Why wait till 3 when you can break it now, baby? Did I get them all? Which one, Donnie? Get them all what? Donnie the Hutt? Is that Jabba the Hutt? I have to apologize to Donnie. This nickname is given by Craig Crenshaw, and it's going to stick. His name is now Jabba the Hutt. I didn't come up with that. Craig Crenshaw gets all the credit, Alex. Can't miss quad number 2. Go ahead and drop me 4 box numbers. Got that sick Brady still lurking. And Alex, after this, just like that, 25 boxes left.
That's how the series rolls.
Just like that.
Yeah, no chance tonight, guys are seeing this.
Corey Dobick. Corey, new guy. Let us know what team you like, how you heard about Ultimate Autographs. And then Jared has the 3 and 4 chance here at a W. So last time Jared tried the wheel to no avail.
I would say pick some boxes.
Is he going box numbers this time? Let us know, Jared. Let us know, Corey. Corey, also new guy. Let us know what team you like and how you heard about Ultimate Autographs, Corey.
That's right.
Let us know, good sir. And I'll give him about 30 seconds here on those numbers. Once the wheel goes up, all box numbers are closed. So get those numbers in ASAP for sure. Robbie won't be at the lunch, apparently. So Brian's theory is broken, Alex.
And if you do want the wheel, Jared, just say wheel times 4.
Yes, wheel times 4. 20 seconds, guys. 20 seconds. Otherwise, it will be the wheel times 4. He does have numbers this time.
All right, there we go.
1, 4, 10, and 30. Thank you, sir. Looking for the number 1 quarterback of all time in box 1. We got 4. We got 10. I call that the Messi number, the GOAT number, and then 30 as well. Thank you, sir. This will be the last break of the 12 p.m. show unless something else is closed. If you guys want to see some breaks right now, you close up the breaks. We're not going anywhere if breaks are closed. But if nothing else is closed by the time we're done with this quad, this will be it for the noon show, and then regroup at the 3 p.m. hour in just about an hour, guys. Now with the 9 a.m. shows, the 12, the 3, the 6, I mean, we're looking at roughly like 9 to 11 every day, give or take, sometimes even later with just very, very brief breaks. That's about roughly 13 hours of almost nonstop action, Alex. It's like you go to like a play. You have a quick intermission, right? Get a quick break between shows, but roughly speaking, 13 hours, give or take, of breaks every single day.
We're better than Scott Hansen.
Better than Scott Hansen. And there's no commercials on this show, Alex. No commercials. Vault left is Lawrence Taylor, Deshaun Jackson, Roma Dunze, and a vault key. Right now, Joseph, the break to play is the 1 and 4. And we have all 4 speed flexes, almost every headliner left. Brady, Manning, Russell Wilson. If you're going to have money to play in the vault, I'd get in the 1 and 4, I'll be honest, Alex. This is the place to be right now. Jared's got the football spot, looking for Brady, the basketball spot. Corey's got baseball, and Jared has everything else. Jared says, let's go out with a bang. All right, Jared. Get that good mojo out there. Well, okay, he's not going to get all 4. It's a good start for the new guy, though. Corey, the all-star outfielder for the Mariners, one of the best players in the game. MLB logo on that one, Alex. Licensed jersey, Julio Rodriguez. Something about the Mariners and their outfielders, man. Obviously, Griffey, Ichiro, Julio Rodriguez, just the latest star for the new guy. First ever order, first ever win. It is Julio Rodriguez.
They know what they're doing out there in Seattle.
Right?
This guy's a monster.
Only going to get better, too. What's scary, right?
Yeah.
You get it for average, you get it for power, play good center field.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's awesome.
5-tool player.
Mm-hmm. You don't get a lot of those these days.
No.
You know, all these guys that are just above the Mendoza line.
Oh, yeah.
Julio. Solid hit, Corey says. Jared, yeah, better get the... If you're going to take an L, take it on a non-photoed headliner.
Non-photoed.
Julio, I believe, is a secondary headliner, Alex.
Not even. Just an and more.
Is Ann Moore, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Exactly.
Wow.
On a
Wow.
licensed jersey.
I said 19 and 29 chance at a headliner. It's now 19 and 28 chance at a headliner. And those odds are getting better.
Oh, he was on the listed, but not on the board.
Okay, so 18 and 28. As far as photo, though, I believe it's 14 and 28, Alex. So,
Oh, we got 19 names up there.
okay. Well, there you go. So, odds are too good, we're losing track, right? It's so hard to keep up with this. Here's another one that is not a headliner, Alex.
God.
Those ratios getting better and better and better.
Other licensed jersey.
We have
though.
another licensed jersey, one of the most underrated running backs, the number one back for the Washington Commanders, Brian Robinson Jr., the beautiful Commanders licensed jersey. Nice hit right there, Jared Menzer, on your licensed jersey.
Yeah. I mean, this guy just gets yards.
Mm-hmm.
He's going forward. He's getting yards. Big part of Washington's success this last year.
Right? I mean, they were one of the best running teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was kind of like a three-headed monster. Brian Robinson, Austin Eckler, and of course the quarterback running as well, Jaden Daniels. But terrific running back. Nice hit there, Jared. Cool. 236591, Brian Robinson Jr. What's up, Chris Stoddart? 1 in 4 heat is what's up. All 4 flexes left, including the GOAT, Thomas Edward Brady. That's what's up. We have only 25 boxes left, we believe. 27 left, but 25 in play. We believe 19 or 18 headliners. We think 14 photoed headliners, Alex. It's now better than a 50% chance at a photoed headliner, and we're looking at about a 70% chance at a headliner, period, man.
Oh, yeah.
Loaded in the 1 in 4. Absolutely loaded.
And Chris
So-
is one of those big dogs that we're talking about.
Right? Chris is a big dog. Chris is a big dog. He gets in here, he might shut this break room down.
Yeah.
Oh, just ripping boxes, Chris, on a Wednesday afternoon. Good to have you in the chat, brother. Always a pleasure. All right, box 10 coming up. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The theme this afternoon in the 1 in 4 is basketball headliners. We have the 3-time MVP. If you ask me, should be 4 this year, depending
Yeah.
on what happens. I know SGA is the betting favorite, but my MVP, Nikola Jokic.
I would agree.
And you mentioned it earlier, Alex. He's looking to become the first guy ever to be top 3 in the NBA in scoring, rebounds, and assists.
Yeah.
Talk about a triple threat. Nikola Jokic on the custom jersey.
Nobody in the history of the NBA has done that.
Never happened.
Nobody. Not
Never
Jordan,
happened.
Not Wilt with all his crazy stats back in the day. Kobe, Magic, nobody.
It's like being Jordan, Magic, and Wilt in one.
Yeah. He
That's
does
crazy.
it all. He does it all.
That is crazy. Great job, Jared. Jokic in the house. That is cool, man. That is absolutely cool. Does it all for Denver. Jerseys. We're building up to some speed flexes, maybe, though. A lot of jerseys early, but maybe speed flex coming up here later in the series.
They're all licensed jerseys are the best basketball player in the world.
It's not bad. It's
pretty good.
It is not bad. At least I know Jared's not getting the ones, maybe his top dogs, but he's getting W's, Alex. I know you won 3 in the last quad. He's already got 2 this time, possibly 3. Box 30 on the way. 30. Ooh.
Another
this is
one.
Good. Another jersey. This one is one we don't get often in the break room, though. One of the best pitchers of all time. MLB record, 7 Cy Youngs. It's the Rocket, Roger Clemens. It says Rocket on the jersey. 7 Cy Youngs, 354 Ws, 4,672 Ks. One of the best pitchers of the history of baseball. The iconic Yankee pinstripes, the licensed jersey, and Corey. He's got the one spot, got his money's worth, and then some. Clemens and Julio Rodriguez. That a boy, Corey. So, sometimes you need a little refuel. I know Jared didn't get Brady. Maybe refuels for 3 p.m. Maybe things change, Alex, right? And maybe a little break is all it needs for Jared. But Corey, pretty good. 1 spot, 2 licensed jerseys. Not too shabby, my man. Let's talk hit of the show. Let's do all these in our video. It could be a little different theme with jerseys, Alex. I'm still going to go with the Big Ben hit of the show. It is an authentic helmet. That is my hit of the show, Ben Roethlisberger. I'm going to go to Kareem. It is a licensed jersey. We don't see Kareem often in the break room. Jokic is fairly common. 3-3-3. I'm going to go Jokic. He's the 3-time MVP. I'll go 4, Roger Clemens. It's a licensed jersey.
Yeah.
And then it feels weird to say this, but number 5, Jason Tatum. What do you think?
So I'm gonna go Roger Clemens 1.
1!
Don't ever see him. This
Okay,
is the first
I like
time I
that.
think I've seen him.
I like
He's
that,
got some
Alex.
inscriptions on there. I like that. What is that? 3 or 4 different inscriptions on there. That's a
4.
beautiful thing. I'll go Kareem 2.
Okay.
I mean, one of the all-time legends. And
so
it's
you're
al-
going based off what we see in the room.
yeah, licensed jersey as well. It's the only reason why I got it above the Jokic. Then I'll go Big Ben. Then I'll go Tatum.
Awesome. Can't go wrong with any one of these hits. Terrific show. Jerseys coming up, but guess what, Jared? All the Speed Flexes left. 25 boxes left of that 1 and 4. It is going to be absolutely on fire in the next show.
That's right.
Final thoughts from you, Alex, before we take our brief Portillo's break here.
I'm ready for Portillo's.
All right, I'm ready for Portillo's. Even more ready for the 3 p.m. show, though. We'll come back refueled, ready to go. Great job, Alex, for co-hosting, producing, doing a great job as always. The best of job to the customers, the best customers in the business. You guys make the show possible. You guys make the show special. Very, very brief lunch break. Right back here in about 52 minutes, guys. We'll see you at 3 p.m. Have a good break yourself, and we'll see you soon.